say that you love me pretty hard. I don't know the lyrics.
I'm singing as
Damn.
I'm singing as R2D2.
Dang it.
Boop, boop.
That was actually really good.
Hello, everyone! I am the Unknown Artist, and join with me today are two beautiful, beautiful guys who are...
My name is James from This Podcast is Lava.
And I'm Sam from This Podcast is Lava.
And we have a brand new series for you guys called
So exciting.
Substandard Summaries. And pretty much what we're going to be doing is it's going to be a watch-along, which if you guys want to watch the full thing, we'll have a separate link for that, and we are going to be doing A New Hope. And what we'll be doing throughout the movie is commentating and doing some funny, goofy bits and kind of story times and chatting
So
throughout
hilarious.
the whole thing.
Definitely not dollar dry.
No.
Yeah, and definitely did not already do it or record it or anything. That would be
No.
crazy.
That'd be silly.
But
The magic of editing.
premise of the series is going to be we will watch a movie or a series, and we will kind of give a really substandard summary of the whole thing. It'll be kind of funny.
And
It'll be
adding
kinda
in
goofy.
Halo 3 adaptations and different things that have to go on with it.
For no
also
reason at all.
No contextual references or relation to anything that we're talking about.
And
this
I
is-
am the guy who knows very little about Star Wars. I enjoy the series, but then we have the super nerd Sam here who knows weird director's cut weird things.
Like,
What
did
can I
you know
say?
the Y-Wings that were in this movie are from the Clone Wars?
Wait. What? Are you
Yeah.
serious?
What?
Did you also know
my
that
gosh.
the armor was taken off so they could easily more work on the inside interior of said Y-Wing?
Jeez. I gotta go back.
That's
to
a reference. Watch the full thing.
I gotta go back to Wikipedia and start reading up on this crap.
So,
Jeez.
but what we're doing for this series is we're actually going to be watching all of the 9 movies in chronological order and possibly adding,
the shows.
Rogue One.
shows.
We're going to be watching Rogue One.
That's
We're
Solo.
gonna be
part of the
watching
movies.
Solo.
Clone Wars. The Clone Wars 2003.
Yeah.
Maybe Rebels, Resistance. You know,
The Mandalorian. It'll be pretty sweet.
I think you mean Baby Yoda, the show.
Please leave.
There's the door.
But anyways,
And you can go.
let's get this thing started.
So here we go.
Let's do it. All right, here we go.
What did he do right off the bat? Did he mess up already?
I opened
Actually,
up
I
the
did not grab the other remote. Oh, no.
I don't even know what I look like.
contains tobacco depictions. I can't watch this.
Wait, there's tobacco and
Yes,
it wouldn't be
Han Solo.
technically it wouldn't be tobacco though.
No, Han Solo doesn't smoke. I think it's
No, he chews, I thought.
It technically wouldn't be tobacco.
Or it was
though.
the...
It's in a
no.
galaxy far, far
It's
away.
in the cantina. They probably use like
Yeah,
a hookah. I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
It's
Yo,
in the
you're right.
it's in a galaxy far, far away. Are we getting rid of our phones?
Drugs.
Drugs? I'll take some
Subway,
drugs.
Subway. Sorry,
Subway.
we're not promoting them.
Just takes cookie. There
Got
we
more
go.
stuff than I thought.
The
And that way
best-
we don't have intense rapper noises.
The best soundtrack in the entire world.
Obviously and clearly.
I
I will
it.
say, actually, there was a post on IMDb actually the other
Yeah.
day of what is a song or a anthem that gets you pumped up during a movie, like one specific scene.
Yeah.
And somebody had actually posted that whole Shrek 2, the end bit with the I Need a Hero song. They had posted that, and that was like everybody started upvoting that. I mean, it has like 2,000 upvotes or Twitter. It was on Twitter, so 2,000 hearts, and it's like the most liked comment on that whole IMDb post.
Oh my god.
And somebody posted, the Star Wars ones or like
Yeah,
specific really
yeah.
cool movie moments. Some of the like the newer stuff that's kind of garbage, but I don't
I
know
liked
that.
it when Captain Marvel.
That actually was one of them. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of a joke.
It has to be.
No offense. It's, there's a lot of cool movies out nowadays, but
Captain Marvel was just not a good movie. Although I can't say anything. I'm doing what people did to Joker. I haven't seen Captain Marvel. I'm just assuming it's a bad superhero movie because it's a superhero
it's just,
movie.
it's like Black Panther. It's like Iron Man. It's the hero gets to the point where they have something that they overcome. And it's just, it's the basic format again. It gets really boring.
Yeah. I haven't watched a Star Wars, a superhero movie in a long time.
They're cool and they're fun. It's just,
I don't think
it's the same repetitive process, and that's why I think it is boring. It's not the character, it's
right.
what it
I was gonna
is.
say I don't think it's bad for the reasons a lot of people said it was
Guys,
bad.
could you imagine being in the theaters in 19 whatever this movie came out?
It wouldn't look this good.
No, it wouldn't.
Not at all. Actually, my father was.
That's
We
awesome.
could actually ask him about this afterwards, but yeah, he watched this in theaters. He is a boomer. Remember?
Now remember what I remember seeing is the Lego Star Wars beginning.
That's not the same.
No, it's not.
Can you imagine? Actually, in the
Insert
Lego Star
dying
Wars
Yoda
games,
sound here.
In the Lego games, they actually had this intro cutscene though, didn't they?
Yeah,
With
they did.
like a full Lego ship too.
Yeah.
The Lego, I don't know what it was. I think the Lego games honestly were revolutionary
They
when it
definitely
came to
were.
gaming in general. Just
Now, who is the robot behind them?
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter?
It dies.
It dies.
It's
It was in
I
I
used
wonder
to
how much
know.
those suits cost to make.
I used to know the names.
Didn't
of
they
all
only
these
have $1
droids,
million
but-
budget for this whole movie or something
I
like
don't
that?
remember. We can Google it. Sam, Google it.
Google it right now, and then put your phone away.
It's
after.
so weird that there's a little person in the R2 unit. Is
No, it's a full person that just squashed
no,
down.
in the new ones, is there a person in it, or is it just?
I think it's a
Yeah, it's a-
controlled now.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Controlled.
Did you guys ever watch the bloopers of like the first Star Wars movie, like this one?
No.
I have.
Where
It's-
they all set up and they like their helmets keep falling off, like these guys' their chin straps keep
Yeah.
falling off, so the helmet
That's
falls. Or
funny.
they trip over shit like all the time throughout the whole recording of the movie. And then there's a couple with Luke and Leia that were really funny. And then when Han chases after the stormtroopers, when he shoots that first guy and his armor lights on fire. It actually lit on fire, and they start burning. And the guy runs over after the scene's done recording, which was only like another 10 seconds. He runs over and starts slapping the guy because
Oh
he
my
literally he's in pain because it was an actual hit.
Yeah.
But then it lit on fire too, and so
Oh.
yeah.
So the budget for this movie was $11 million.
Which
this
in,
one?
in
On this
19
one.
in 19 what money?
1977.
So at like $17
Wow.
million dollars. I don't know.
But the box office was $775 million. Now, I don't know if that counts because they re-released
that's like a modern
it
day.
into
That's like a
theaters.
Joker.
Right, but they re-released it
Look
into
at them
theaters,
all tripping though, like throughout this whole scene. It's kind
and
of
they
funny.
can't see because the helmets are literally like impossible to see through.
Yeah, they didn't have great
It's not a
great
joke.
designs back then.
It's not a script joke to say that you can't see in those helmets. In fact, later when when Han Solo says, "I can't see a thing in this helmet," that was not in the movie script. That was the actor saying that,
Harrison Ford.
or was it Mark Hamill? One of them says it.
I think it was. I don't know.
We'll
Mark
see it in a
Hamill
minute.
in this whole series, he's okay. Up until like the 6th movie, gonna be 100% honest, he's such a bitch. Like throughout the whole
Yeah,
movies, he
yeah.
complains about everything.
I don't like this. Everything's hot.
And then he's training with Yoda. He's just like, oh, why do I gotta do this?
I gotta save Padme or Leia, whatever Star Wars character.
Aren't you the Star Wars nerd?
Shut up. Watch the movie.
I thought it was really cool too with Rogue One, how well they actually continued right off of this.
Yeah.
It was a really nice transition, I thought.
Well, have you guys ever seen the Phineas and Ferb crossover? Star Wars
Yeah.
crossover?
Yeah.
Not yet.
What they do with it instead of, I just watched a video about why it's so good.
Yes, I did. I watched the same one.
Was it nostalgia?
Critic.
Yeah.
Nostalgia critic. Yeah. He's like, it's not parodying the scenes over again. It's adding to the scenes.
It's adding context to the scene.
Yeah.
Can we turn it up?
Yeah.
I can't
Absolutely.
hear anything.
Do you ever listen to the live talking of Vader before?
Yes, you talked about it on my podcast.
Did you actually go and look it up?
No,
I
I
did.
inserted it.
Oh no, yeah,
Yeah, he
you
inserted
did.
it.
I
You did.
inserted it.
Yeah.
That's
It made me so happy that you actually did that because
It took a minute to find everything. but
it's really hard to find.
I just typed it on YouTube, but so I
Yeah.
found it, but then I had to download it and a bunch of stuff.
oh, did he die?
Did you actually watch how they did this scene? By the way,
It was so
he had to
funny.
stand up on the box.
And when you just
Yeah.
see his feet dangling, it's just a like a mannequin basically.
Why didn't they have him hanging off something? Like just
Low
have
budget,
him do a
bro.
pull-up bar.
Low budget.
$11 million is a
Low budget.
a small loan of $1 million.
Small loan of $11 million.
Sorry, that's an old meme that I had to let come back a little bit.
Wow, she's a good shot.
So is he.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's how that gun works.
Well,
You know,
no, when
he's
you
like
turn
looking
it
at
to
the
stun.
corner of his helmet.
Yeah.
The helmets were not designed at all for visibility
Goodness gracious!
for the poor actors.
spilling everything over here.
Poor actors.
Honestly, it'd be kind of cool to be a stormtrooper. To be an original stormtrooper.
I think
where
you just have an obsession with clone troopers and stormtroopers.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
kind
I
of picking
do.
that up. Yeah.
I do. I love the troopers. I always have. I don't know why, but to be like in Star Wars before Star Wars was such a
You're such
cult-
a hipster. Oh my
I know.
gosh.
Guys, I was in Star Wars before Star Wars was cool.
I'm sorry, Carolina. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to go down.
This is such a dumb scene. They're like, oh, we've never heard of droids before.
Oh,
Oh,
like,
there's no life on it. It's fine.
Shoot it down.
Did you guys ever actually watch how they recorded the Death Star explosion scene?
No.
Didn't they just do like a miniature and they like?
Well,
blew it up?
but there was like one specific scene where you watched all like the star-like explosions. It was a firework underneath a firework, and that blew my mind. It was ingenious.
That's right. And then in the later effects, in these, because this is like, so we're watching
Carrie
this
Fisher's so intense.
for clarification. We are watching the Disney Plus release version, which is different than the other versions.
It's gonna have
McClunky. It's going to have McClunky.
Yeah.
She's so... You can tell how bad plastic mold that is.
On her face?
On his face.
Because you said,
on Darth,
she is so, and then you said, and that's so plastic.
she's so intense. But then if you look at Darth Vader's mask, you can tell it's like...
It's very crude. You can actually see it
Well,
on
the neck piece is kind of annoying, too.
Oh, it'd be so uncomfortable to wear that.
You wouldn't be able to look down.
The Stormtrooper helmets, you can, if you
He's
look
just
really
like-
close.
Instead, this is how I'd have to talk to you. So, this is... How are you doing, Dustin?
At least you know you can't choke the dude.
That's right.
Hey, how's it going? I have to turn my whole torso.
But the Stormtrooper helmets, if you look close enough, they're all a little bit different. And some of them are majorly different because they're all, hand cast off of vacuum forms and such. So, yeah, a lot of variation in these early movies. It gets better in the later ones.
Do you think with the Imperials, like Star Destroyers like that,
Where's R2's
that they
tracks?
actually...
They're there.
Oh, they're there.
Yeah,
They're
just
just
a lot
really
thinner.
faint.
Did you think they ever actually pierced other ships with it because it has that point? Because in theory, the
Did they
point
ever
would
do that
never
in
actually...
Legends?
Hmm?
I'm trying to think if they ever did that in Legends.
Hey, but if you
I don't
do
think
light
so.
speed, you can shoot right through a ship.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Apparently everyone else forgot about that too up until one movie.
Also, when Poe does the light speed skipping,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Man, what if they learned that earlier?
that would have helped.
I feel like you're a little salty for some reason.
It's not that we don't like new Star Wars. It's just that new Star Wars isn't good.
But is
I
this
like-
good? Are we
Like I
enjoying
explained
this?
before
Like, what's
on the
going on?
podcast, I like the lore and the backstory. The plot was so coincidental and everything just perfectly fits. It was annoying.
It was, as everybody has been describing it, it was definitely a scavenger mission in a video game without the fun parts of video game of you controlling the people.
Well, you get the dagger. So, this
so-
movie,
The
Star
dagger
Wars,
was a
though.
joke.
So this is
good.
100% green screen, or blue screen, I should say. The sand is completely fake.
I'm trying to think where they filmed this at. This was in like.
This
wasn't-
is Detroit.
This wasn't Africa. This was.
Wow, it's Detroit 10 years from now.
Where was this at?
I don't know.
The hills are all the trash
The
piles
hills
that
are
will be
alive.
slowly
Look at that! Look
gathered.
at that transition. I have that in my podcast. Just like the,
Doo, doo, doo.
okay, so
This is the worst part of the movie, by the way.
something I didn't think about.
Well, this is the worst part of any Star Wars
How do
movie.
do they have to charge? How do the robots just run?
You don't think solar panels are a thing in this?
They
But does he look
I don't
like he
think
has
they
solar
ever really
panels?
go into charging, like how they operate. But presumably, it's some sort of like self-sustaining arc reactor.
I guess.
Okay, I almost said Stony Tark. I'm like, wait a minute.
Hey,
Stony Torque.
what's up, guys? I'm Stony Tark. What's up, guys?
Wasn't it Tony Stank?
So, you know how miserable this would be, though, because he's in that suit. Like Anthony
I can actually
Daniels,
relate to this 100% because when I went, there was one convention I went to, and it was in the middle of winter, right? And I had 4 layers on for 7 hours inside of a packed building full of a bunch of nerds.
No,
We went outside. When I pulled off all the armor, because it was the EVA foam
Oh,
too,
no.
right? I pulled off all the armor. My body was steaming, and 3 of my friends can vouch for me.
Yeah.
Literal steam clouds
Oh my
were coming
gosh,
off, and
that's
I'm like,
awesome.
I can
That
relate
is
to
so
that.
awesome.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
But see, this was
Well, when we went to GameCon, that
Oh.
smelled and looked.
Mm.
That was not a good smell.
Please, if you know what a shower is, use it.
Also, use deodorant.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't realize how good my antiperspirant worked until I ran out 2 days ago. And so the last 2 days at work, I start smelling bad. I just bought antiperspirant
Okay,
before I came here for
Good,
this
good, good.
specific reason. Because I knew we were going to be under lights.
you know what's even
I
worse.
appreciate that.
You know what's great
You're
though?
welcome.
I don't use antiperspirant. I use homemade natural deodorant,
Sam's
and it works
weird.
magic. coconut oil, cornstarch, and like baking soda.
How do they do all the lightning on him?
Hand painted. Now, so
yeah,
to clarify though, like all the special effects in this version are going to be really good, but in the 1977 version, the lightsabers were just glow sticks that spun basically, and like the lasers were all hand drawn. It's what we're seeing now is a much better version of Star Wars than
the
new
new
original.
Anakin actor too, in the 6th one as the ghost.
I don't like that. I
don't
like the
either.
original, but it's interesting to note here too. When I watch this, because I
Is
watched
this a bunch of kids?
Yes, this is all kids. The Jawas are kids. But when
the
I
Jawas
watch
in
this,
the Mandalorian, by the way, they are mean.
yes, and
They're
those,
very mean.
I actually have
don't know if
talked with one of them.
I've seen Mandalorian still.
The
I have Disney Plus. I still haven't seen the Mandalorian.
you got to watch it, dude.
I know.
But they
That's
used
really good.
I don't
Maybe
know,
we'll watch it
the
for
best-
this series.
the best terminology is it smaller people now? I don't. It just
Midget.
Whatever.
Can we say midget? If we're saying midget, we're saying midget.
I don't even know anymore what is offensive nowadays
Dwarves.
and what's not, because everybody
Yeah.
is so triggered about both sides
to
of
be
things.
I'm not trying to be offensive.
Little
anyway.
person. I don't. It's so.
They're smaller people,
Yes.
and
People
I got
with
to
body
talk with one of
dysphoria-
them.
no.
He was really cool,
Yeah.
and he was talking about how much it was an enjoyable experience to be able to be on the set for the Mandalorian, and they got the costumes very similar to that.
Oh yeah, no, they kept them really, really close.
Yeah,
No,
which
something.
they're on a different planet, so why would the Jawas dress the same on a different planet?
Because they're born with it.
They're born with
Is it-
they're born with the robes.
Yeah.
That's their skin.
It's
it
like
natural or
it's
is it
like a
L'Oreal?
cartoon. They're like, what do their faces look like?
Nobody
What's a
knows
ja-
actually.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
it's good.
Well,
so
same thing with
they're
Yoda's
born
species.
they're born in a robe with a head, and all you can see is their little eyes.
Okay, what my theory on it, the actual theory here, is because the type of animals that they hunt down and stuff, the type of leather and such that they make from those creatures, and it's probably this, they live and reside on the same types of and thrive off the same types of animals, because like the same type of animals we all thrive off of worldwide are very similar.
I know
So-
the polyester animal is really nice.
So here's an interesting theory, though. This is
He's got a point. It's a good joke.
the cotton creature.
Ah, yes. Anyways,
The
So,
lamb.
here's
It's
an
the
interesting-
lamb
I
of
am
God,
wearing-
and I cut it
I
down.
am wearing a leather belt, so
An interesting
a cow
thought.
belt, as it were.
An interesting thought that I
Does it
had with
move?
the Jawas, though.
Sometimes.
It's not a cat. Oh.
Their eyes glow.
Yeah.
Jawas' eyes glow, and I always wanted to think that because they scavenge droids, they're
Yeah.
actually like a cyborg race.
That's
So
kind of cool.
Their eyes are
Oh,
actually
guys, the new rendered version of the
Dewback.
it's so bad.
Look, it's not,
Not
Jurassic
leave-
Park anymore.
And it's not leaving prints in the sand, and it's so
oh, sure
bad.
it is. Sure it is. It's got
No,
be.
it's not. There's no prints in the sand.
No, there was
There
two
wa-
at the very butt
Look at
end
that
of it.
horrible
Yeah.
rendering.
That's not bad because it's far away.
Yeah.
I hate
That's
this line.
not
I hate
bad.
this line. Look, sir, droids. That's the worst line, I think, in this entire
So
movie.
this reminds me of the elephant in Halo 3.
yeah,
You're not wrong.
yeah.
So
I think
Yeah.
that's what they based it off
I
of. Though.
recently
Yeah.
played Halo 3 on the big. What's the big map called?
That
Sandbox?
big desert map.
Sandbox.
Yeah.
Sandbox. No,
It has
No.
all the mines.
No, Sandbox is the other desert one. Sand Trap.
Sand Trap. I played Halo
Yeah, because
3
the mines
in
are surrounding the
2020.
entire map.
I played Halo 3 in 2020 online, and I just drove the elephant in a big circle and then let my
Was-
teammates kill everybody. It
Was that
great.
what people were actually playing? Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, I was playing on the Master Chief Edition, so I don't know if that matters.
Oh,
That matters.
that does matter a
immensely,
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing with Xbox 360.
So okay, what I was saying
Yeah.
earlier
Are their
was
servers even still up?
Probably
I think
not.
so.
360
No, they
might
have
be.
to.
I'm pretty
Original
sure.
Xbox, no.
Yeah, for Halo 3, those are still up. Halo 2's got shut down back in like 2012.
I remember about that because there were guys, they wouldn't shut down the servers till everybody was off, and there were two guys that hung on for like days. They
That's
just
amazing.
kept playing.
I love it. But what I was saying earlier about this is I
You know
watched
the
this
sand people are
movie
dirty.
like
Sand people.
a
Oh, I
week
hate myself
ago,
now.
and I noticed in this version only, it seems like it's more contrasty. Like they've deepened the shadows. So in some of these scenes later in the movie where it's like really dark,
More saturated too.
more saturated, like you can't
Did you see the tall
the
Jawas
details.
too?
Yeah, I did see that.
The teenager Jawas.
Mhm.
I think all of these were like kids of the directors and stuff. I don't think that any of these
Oh,
were
Luke,
the
come here.
small people. I don't think. I could be wrong.
Time to research. Factoid right here. Sorry. Covered your face.
Wait, is that CG? Go back.
There's
No,
no,
we can't
there's
go
no
back.
Can't
CG
go
in
back.
this. There's no CG in this.
There's no?
Well, I mean, like,
They have, because those big dragon boys earlier, the freaking salamander boys weren't CGI at
no,
all.
there's no CGI backdrops.
Okay.
Well, not the backdrop. I was talking about the little containers.
No, those are all original from the set. I could probably spot a lot of the added scenes that are like special edition-ized, I guess.
The pit in the sixth one.
The Sarlacc.
Yeah, the
Sarlacc
Sarlacc
bit.
gets a big upgrade.
Yeah, it gets them really. It has extra little hands in one bit of it.
In a
yeah.
mouth, too, like an actual physical mouth.
You can be digested for thousands of years. Good
And,
thing you'll die in
Cloud-
like 7 days.
Cloud City got
Well,
windows.
There's a theory actually on Mandalorian. They asked if Boba Fett comes back
and they said
and climbs
maybe.
out of the pit, and the guy never said no. So there's a high
Whoa.
chance that he actually escapes the pit and it comes back in the
I
Mandalorian.
think he does in the comics and books and stuff.
He does in
That was in
the
Legends,
expanded
wasn't it?
universe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But they've nixed that, so
Yeah, because it's not Disney anymore. You know.
fart on Disney. Disney,
you
if
go.
you're listening, please sponsor us.
I tried really hard. That actually kind of hurt doing that.
Disney sponsor us.
Oh, they sponsored Pewds. That works, right? They didn't ever since that one comment that he had, the Fiverr.
Oh no!
Yeah, we won't talk about that just in case.
If you
Whoa! Look at how skinny Paul.
Paul
What?
Blart is.
Mark-
Wow,
Mark
mall
Hamill.
cop.
if you bash Disney once, they will demonetize you, like from their sponsorship.
Pewds didn't bash him though. He just made a comment about a certain group of people that resided in Germany.
I like how he can
During a
talk to
certain
them
time.
in English, and then they respond in Jawa.
You
I'm
know?
just ignoring what both of you are saying.
It's probably a
you
good
are-
choice. By the way, I really appreciate Luke has a gi throughout
What
this
is-
whole
what is that thing on-
scene.
Has a what?
A gi, karate uniform,
yeah,
like martial
yeah.
arts and stuff. Just a gi top.
He's a brown belt. He's
Hey,
almost as
Is that
good.
the door over
No.
there? Because
Yeah.
James can just go.
Get the. No, he's not.
He's
a brown.
wearing a brown belt. Also, he's playing with toys, and he's 35 years old.
A lot of the props in this movie, like on his belt there, are like World War II era
Yep.
Army surplus material. I think the back pouch there might be like a
Wait,
Sten
is he in a
magazine
sensory
pouch.
deprivation tank?
No, it's an oil bath. Don't you know Star Wars?
I like to be sensory overloaded.
He's actually an essential oil saleswoman.
That would be horrible.
He's like, hey, would you like to buy my coconut oil?
It's good for your skin.
I'm going back to what he said. A sensory I don't know how
Overload,
to-
sensory overload.
sensory overload tank. So it's just a bunch of little like, not needles, but like little things touching
Oh,
you.
no, thank you. Hello.
Intense screaming light,
Oh,
and then there's like
gosh.
people yelling at you, things prodding you,
Oh, it'd be horrible.
tons of smells going off all at once.
Let's count the number of times that in this movie Luke hits on his sister, and we find out 2 movies later that it's his sister.
Hey,
You realize that they
That-
kissed, and then also there's a scene in this where she kisses him for good luck before they swing on
Yeah.
her.
hey,
Yeah.
that brings up the question.
He falls in love with her in this
I
scene.
can't get inside
If
of
you
R2.
found out
I'm
your
jamming my
wife,
keys in there.
If you found out somehow your wife was your sister, would you divorce her?
I mean,
You're hesitating
now,
way too
like
hard for
now,
this.
Well, he's
It's
been
a-
married for 2 years? A year.
almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. So if he somehow, for some reason, found out just now that your wife was your sister, would you divorce her?
That'd be real weird, boy.
I know. That's a weird
All I'm
question.
saying is you better not have kids.
Having
They'll have
kids would be
25
out of the
toes.
question.
That's like the lowest standard out of that whole thing.
right.
Do not have kids.
It would be really weird, yeah.
Anyways, I don't want to think about this anymore. But he's
No.
just like, this is like his first interaction with internet. He's like, ooh, pretty girl. Ooh,
See-
wow. I punch droid and button and pretty girl comes out.
See, I'm actually kind of disappointed that was the route
Man,
that
no wonder if this metal tube can.
I don't like that was Lucas's way of cheating the love triangle between Han, Leia, and Luke. Cuz like
I mean, I like
How should he have cheated?
now, but in the moment, yeah, I don't think I would have liked that quick transition. But now with like the whole plot line and story and everything, it works.
it makes
It
sense
works.
now, but
Yeah.
he didn't have that idea in this movie or in Empire Strikes Back. That's why there was a romantic
Hey.
triangle.
Do you want to
Yeah.
know the worst kiss of all time in the Star Wars franchise?
Spider-Man. Oh, sorry.
Upside down Spider-Man.
No, in the Star Wars, yes. When Rey upside down Spider-Man kiss.
The worst kiss in all of Star Wars would be in Rise of Skywalker, Kylo and Rey.
So awkward.
That is a spoiler.
We don't care. I look directly at the camera for that. We don't care.
Okay.
If you haven't seen it, save yourself the disappointment.
Yeah.
Well, I like how we're not even talking about the movie. What is the thing on C-3PO's chest?
That is a restraining bolt. It
Okay,
keeps
I thought I
droids
was right.
obedient and within a certain range of the sensor.
I like how he just doesn't turn it off. He's just like, ooh, pretty girl's still playing. See?
Okay, Joker.
He's like, where'd she go? Bring her back. I need pretty girl back.
Hold on a second. I didn't get my lotion out.
Oh my gosh. That's what's in his utility belt.
He's like Batman, but for other things.
And not kids.
Rar. Wait, what?
He runs around with a kid.
That's
and
interesting. I never noticed there's like a walkway that he crosses back there, like a catwalk.
Yeah.
So
Isn't
he's on
this-
like a second story. I
isn't
guess I
this-
never looked at
Oh,
that.
yeah, I guess.
That's
Yeah.
very
Wait,
cool.
isn't this when... Oh, never mind. I don't
So
know.
this place is still in
Could you imagine if it rained even
Oh,
though it's in the desert?
did you guys
so
ever
it
notice
rain?
this, by the way? Look
What's
at the
up?
ceiling.
Yeah, I
like
see
Native
that.
American painting.
Not quite what I meant, but that is A-okay. No, there was some video I had watched on this actually the other day explaining that, and like there was some correlation to like the lore and stuff like that.
Oh,
And they had
okay.
actually done that, and I didn't even know, and I thought it was really neat, but I don't remember now.
Yeah.
It's been like 3 days. I don't
Well,
remember.
all I
And
know is
that
that
is
this
ju-
place is still there.
That
It's
just
like a
shows-
hotel or something, or it
That's
was.
crazy.
No, I mean, to be fair, it was in Rise of
Look
Skywalker.
at the... Oh, wait. What the heck?
That was actually fake. That was
What
recreated.
the heck? What is that milk?
Well, did you see what Luke
Do you
drank
like
in
the-
the...
Wait,
I don't want to
wait.
talk about it.
There's human flowers in the background. Those are like daisies or pansies or something.
This is
Okay,
Alderaan.
I have not watched the new updated version.
Yeah,
This looks gorgeous. Good
It
job.
does.
very highly
I guess when
contrasted
it's shot,
and saturated.
I guess when it's shot on film, you can do whatever you want because it's.
The resolution
Yeah.
will always be there as long as the film is still in good
Good,
good
lord,
shape.
he is skinny. He is not that skinny anymore, but you don't
No.
get skinny with age.
I mean, you can. There's guys in their 70s who still work out regularly and more built than
Yeah,
any
but they
of us
don't.
ever
But
hoped
they
to
don't
be.
look. But they don't look young.
Oh yeah, no. I like yeah, that bowl haircut is still like a thing during this time, and how it kind of stays a trend up until like what 2010.
Yeah.
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 No,
It's only one more season.
we know people that have bowl cuts.
It's still going. Do people
Don't worry
still
about
do that?
Yeah, some people do bowl
Like the
cuts.
side sweat? Oh, really?
Well, it depends on what you mean by a bowl cut. Like bowl on the head, zip around the sides.
No, even just the look of it.
The more like 70s hair, I know people that still have that actually purposely style their hair to be more
Well, I
70s.
mean, I had a full blown afro with the sideburns, but that's not quite what I'm meaning by it.
I'm still confused what you mean by it.
I've
then.
been getting the most
Okay,
generic white guy
hold on,
haircut for
hold
a
on,
long
hold
time.
on, hold on 1 second.
It just spiked up. Bruh.
Can you put this over there
This
in
is
the
the
water?
best scene / soundtrack moment in all of Star Wars, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like the way this is
I'm not
shot,
water.
it gives you probably the best character establishment.
Oh, it didn't crack near as much as I wanted it to.
Anyways.
Yeah, no, this.
It gives you like everything you need to know about the character and his desire to be somewhere outside of the farm.
It's
Yeah.
me when I want to leave home, but then I realize I have
And
to
that
go home.
the building of that music and then its incorporation into the rest of the series.
I feel like they could have incorporated that scene a little bit better, though, because just to have a whole specific scene just cut out for that to
Yeah,
determine that character, I feel like it could have been
Okay,
applied a
I'm-
little bit better. But
sure, absolutely. But that scene has always stood out to me as like my favorite Star Wars scene.
Yeah.
because it makes you realize that you want to leave home and you want to do something else, Sam.
Actually, it just gives me chills because the music is just.
Dude, I wish I had these binoculars.
I don't know about you, but
He's
Baby
not even putting them
Yoda,
against to his face.
You don't need to. They're macro binoculars.
Baby Yoda is the most life-changing scene that I've ever seen in a
So
Star
this
Wars
is your
show.
house. You live here, but you can leave.
Get out that door right now. No. Interesting little tidbit. A piece of Star Wars merchandise I never knew existed. Those macro binoculars right there.
Mhm.
I went to an antique mall, and they had those. They were 35 millimeter film cameras.
Really?
You popped it open, and you put film in it, and you would
That's
put it
so
up to your eye,
cool.
and then click it.
That's so cool.
I was
really
going to
neat.
buy it, but it was like $15, and it didn't work. So I didn't. It was a
And
cheap.
repairing it would have been.
It's a cheap camera. The bits were plastic, so the shutter didn't work because probably a plastic bit broke.
Right.
Guys,
So if I find it a complete one, I want to do an entire photo shoot with it.
Did you ever notice that? Look at the backdrop. So outside is desert. Look at the backdrop through the door. It didn't close yet. Look at that backdrop, though.
But maybe
in the
that's
doorway.
inside the house. Maybe this is an indoor door.
He just walked from outside to inside.
Maybe it's just an awkward cut, and he came in from inside, then went into
is
the.
this a
and
toy?
then- I don't know.
What is?
That's a car.
Yeah, it's a car. There's actually reflective material in front of it. They showed how they did that.
Now it's digital though.
Yeah.
That looked very bad.
Originally, it was just Vaseline.
What is this
Yeah.
gun? What is that gun?
A sniper rifle.
I could tell you, it's an Arabian musket.
Is it actually?
I'm dead serious. It's like a Arabian musket.
Are they saying that Tusken Raiders and are they making that comparison right
They
there?
are not.
Are you
But
sure about that?
They are taking some bit of like the nomadic desert people. You know, like there are the tribes in.
Nomadic.
They're
desert
not saying
people.
they're barbarian.
That's like the
I don't think
nicest way of saying that.
No.
You know, nomadic desert people.
But that's what they are. There's like the groups in Arabia that, especially in older times, that were purely nomadic. I don't know if they're drawing those kinds of conclusions. I don't want to go down that rabbit trail.
I want this rifle. That's all I know.
It's a dark pit.
The banthas are elephants, guys.
There you go.
Are they?
They are in costumes. Those are live elephants with just fabric draped over them.
That's hilarious. You don't.
Oh, by the way, if you get the Star Wars mod for Blades and Sorcery, this is a weapon.
Guys, the best scene in all of Star Wars is about to come up.
No, please. No.
Have you listened to the different versions of the scream that is about to happen?
No, I haven't.
This is a slightly modified version of the worst one, where it just sounds like a guy going, "Ooh!"
Shh.
Before, in the
Shh,
first,
we need to listen to it.
I'm just going to say in the first version, it sounded like a lion roaring.
Yeah, I do remember that. I actually do
Get
remember
ready.
that.
We have to be,
Shh.
I want to
Be
hear the
quiet.
redone version.
This is the Disney Plus version.
Top 10 out of 10 quality.
It just ends with that like,
Ooh! Sounds like the class clown.
oh, it's so bad.
I do remember that roar, though. I do know what you're talking
The
about.
earlier
with that,
versions
yeah.
were like a
Okay, real quick,
dragon
give me your
sounding
wrist.
roar.
A wrist?
Give me your wrist. Just put your wrist out like this. Oh, he's still alive. That's what he just did. He went like he just grabbed it. And went, yeah, he's alive.
He sensed the force in him.
Also, guys,
He sensed his
Guys, hello there.
I'm a
metachlorian
Jedi.
count.
I'm a Jedi that's on the run from Order 66. I'm going to change my name from Obi-Wan to Ben.
Also, I'm not going to change my outfit. I'm just going to wear my Jedi robes.
Oh, no.
I mean, this is when the
no
whole
one's-
Darth Maul
will
thing
sus-
happened, though, right before all this, though.
Yeah.
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 No one will suspect me. I'm Ben Kenobi, not Obi-Wan. No one. Everyone has the name Kenobi. It's like, Yoder in the Amish community.
I know how true that is.
When Yoda goes to Dagobah, I am now Yoder.
Yodar.
Please stop.
So it actually did bother me, though, when...
Wait, you should turn subtitles on.
That's him.
Okay.
I'm volume guy.
Okay, give it to him, because I don't think you know how to turn on
No,
subtitles.
no. What are you doing?
Give it to him.
Oh, my gosh.
I have done a bad thing. So when I watched
Espanol.
in later days...
There, now we can see what's going on.
In later days, when I looked back and I realized that
I'm just gonna keep
Obi-Wan
this.
is wearing the Jedi robes,
Yeah.
it did bother me a little bit that instead of like making a complete overhaul,
Mhm.
George Lucas was like, "Oh yeah, that's just the typical Jedi robes. He's just wearing those. No one would recognize that as
Okay,
Jedi
wait, real
robes."
talk. I don't know if you've ever caught this before. If you play KOTOR, I tested this recently. If you play KOTOR on that first planet that you go to,
Mhm.
because I haven't played past that, don't spoil anything, please. But if you go on that first planet, you save the Jedi lady, right? The one with the double yellow lightsaber or whatever.
Bastille Shan, I think.
You walk past all the Sith guards with her having her lightsaber out. Nothing happens at all. All the Sith guys that are looking for her, you just walk through the city. All the Sith guards walk past. She just has her lightsaber running out. All your weapons are drawn and stuff.
I love it when
Nothing
video
happens.
games do that.
Game logic broken.
But then you go by these freaking bounty hunters or whatever that are halfway across the map. The game pauses. What would you like to do? Instant like battle mode, and it blows my mind every time.
And there, he got his arm ripped off.
Poor 3PO.
3PO is such a baby here.
I just want to see my friends.
Hey.
One last time.
Hey, C-3PO, guess what's gonna happen?
You're gonna forget all your memory after totally
Just
encoding an
leave me,
entire
Master
Sith
Luke. Just
book.
leave me.
I'm done for.
He is the Eeyore of this movie. Of all the movies.
He's the Sam of my friends.
Oh. Oh.
I'm kidding. I love you, Sam, very much.
I know.
You're literally one of my best friends. You were in my wedding, man.
This scene actually kind of hits, though. I thought it was really interesting how he explains Anakin.
And like the Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
You fought in the Clone Wars? Yeah, I'm not freaking old. I got these memories from Nam,
And he
bro.
does say a knight, too, for the blue lightsaber, which was really cool.
Do you think Lucas knew what he was gonna do?
He
At this point?
he had ideas.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have it fully fleshed out, but when they made this movie originally, it was meant to be a one-off.
And
Really?
he does the blink thing.
And then it made
Yeah.
$700 million, and they went
Again, over
Well,
time. 'Cause
okay.
this is-
Then it made back the money that they spent on
Sure,
it,
and that's-
$30
but
million.
that's when they
It
decided-
made over $100 million. I'm pretty sure in the first weekend or something stupid like that.
I don't know if it made that much, but that's what made them do a trilogy, and then that's what eventually made him revisit it for more material.
Well, if you keep
But,
throwing
like,
money at something,
You're right. Like this scene, when you have the context of the prequels, love them or hate them,
Watch
means
this scene, by the way. I love that transition every time because they still have not fixed it even
it
in the
stutters
redone.
a little bit. It
It
happens
stutters because
again.
he's not in the same action. He does it twice.
It happens again when Obi-Wan fights Darth Vader.
Yep.
It just like freezes,
Did
and
you
then
guys
it's
ever
like,
watch that redone fight of it?
yes,
That was beautifully done.
Mark Hamill's eyes are beautiful.
See, that's such a
Yeah.
good like
I could agree with that.
his 1,000-yard stare that he has.
Yeah, because it really kind of at least in my opinion, once you know like the first 3 movies and how Obi-Wan is, even if you watch the Clone Wars and the animated series and stuff,
Yeah,
how much it changes his character because he's that uplifting,
Yeah.
always cracks a joke. He's like Spider-Man in a sense, you know.
yeah.
And then you see the age version, and it kind of hits. Like when
Yeah.
you watch this the first time, it's just the old wise man, right? But then once you actually see everything else, they're not the best movies by far, but his character specifically, they're
Yeah.
making that Kenobi series now.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm really hella excited for that.
I think. Oh, so Alec Guinness is one of my favorite characters from
Is
this
he
original trilogy.
Is he still alive?
He's dead. He's
Okay, that's what I
he's
thought.
been dead for a while.
Because this was made in the 70s, so I would figure.
Yeah,
But I
he
didn't know.
died, I think, like in the 90s.
Dude, the 70s was 50 years ago.
Yeah. So his portrayal, he's a fantastic actor, and he portrayed this character very well. Ewan McGregor, I feel like, is honestly the only person
Could you
to
imagine
fill that role.
Could you imagine being an old man? They're like, "All right, so there's these space wizards. Do you want to be one of them?"
That was literally his reaction, though. He thought this was a joke, but but the fact that he thought this was a joke
And still did it so well.
and still gave it 100%, 110%.
Now, how do they do the hologram
That's a good question.
in 1970?
I'm guessing it was superimposing 2 films
Probably.
using like
I assume.
transparencies.
Mhm.
Again, that's been clearly touched up digitally in the later versions of it.
And he knows what's up in this scene.
That's your sister. Don't kiss her, by the way.
Please
said
do
that.
not bang.
He could have said a lot of things, and it would have been okay. But he was like,
If you're to come with me to Alderaan, literally 10 minutes from now, where's Alderaan?
Where did Alderaan go?
well, so Alderaan. It's a whole planet, right?
Hey, guys. You know Alderaan. What if it was Alderaan?
All right.
Not funny.
All right, I'll show myself out.
Not funny. Didn't laugh.
This is what I'm talking about with him being a bitch, by the way. There's nothing I can do, though.
Look at the way he's like holding the lightsaber, just like loosey-goosey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go put
Literally
my hand on
kills-
this wall.
Literally kills R2. They never find Luke in the next 3 movies. They're gone. Think about that. Because R2 wouldn't have put that piece in the map, right?
Right?
So then they
Oh,
would
I
have never
hated that
found Luke.
scene.
The whole 3 movies gone. And one foul swoop.
Good. Also, these movies blow me away with the scale models that they built.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It's so cool.
That haircut though.
Okay, so let's do the bowl cut with sideburns.
And then I really like my receding hairline. I really want to make sure that people still know
Hey,
that
so you
I
know-
got it.
I got hair.
He's like, I have the
This is the only
Amish
man that ever can have a receding hairline and make it look good. This
Dude,
man right
Peter
here.
Cushing is such a classy man.
Hey, so you know what they should do in the next movies? They should scan his face and then really creepily put it on someone else's face.
He has such a unique.
It's almost like
face,
they
too.
did that.
Whoa.
His facial structure is
Are
so
you-
unique.
What?
It is,
Like you
honestly.
mean? Okay, I don't know how to cross my arms with
Have you
this in
guys
front of me.
ever heard of mewing? Is that
Mewing?
something you've heard of? Mewing is
Mewing?
like it's the way that you have your mouth formatted to have a really nice jawline. It's where you put the top of your tongue on the top of your mouth. Like you have to keep it up there, and then you keep your teeth like clenched at like all the time. You're not like hard, but you keep them like touching, and your tongue has to be at the top of your mouth, and it starts forming and defining your face. And that's, I guarantee you, that's what he does. Because if you look at his lips, the way that they're positioned when you have that, you can't puff out your lips very much when you do that correct posture, because that's correct posture.
I can't do it.
I guarantee you that's what he did on the regular.
Well, he and Alec
Horse
Guinness.
Wait for it.
Wait
Dude.
for it.
Hey, what if you just choke?
Wait.
And then he didn't even go to Mustafar.
Wait.
What if you just choked on your aspirations there, little boy?
What if you just switch the scene with another scene, and it's the same noise file, though?
What if right here he just said,
I don't
Harder-
like that.
what if-
at all?
what if at this point he just said, harder, daddy?
Ugh.
I don't think he could have, but afterwards, maybe.
Going back to Peter
He was
Cushing,
making
though,
too many gagging sounds, you know?
yeah. Peter Cushing and Alec Guinness both had formal, like, actor training, so I wouldn't be surprised if part of that was also, like, mouth positioning and things. Also, fun fact, the guy in the white outfit back there, Admiral Yularen from the Clone Wars.
Is it actually? I did not know that.
I mean, of course, it's kind of a retcon. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, that's actually that guy.
Yeah.
But
I never
Admiral
put that two
Yularen
and two
became an
together.
Imperial after the Clone Wars.
That's weird. I didn't think about that. Okay.
Too
Uh,
accurate
there's
for
a-
sand people.
There is a scene in Mandalorian where he actually takes
Wait,
on like a whole one of these. He like takes on the outside of it and stuff. That was
I
a
love
good
that.
scene.
That was good.
A real
Hey.
good scene.
We're gonna do the Mandalorian.
We'll get there.
talking
We'll
We'll
about-
get there. Yeah, we'll get there.
It's gonna be like 6 months, but shut up.
By then, Clone Wars Season 7 will be out.
And I can actually talk about Ahsoka more.
Yeah.
One of my
Bro.
favorite characters.
Hey, I put pictures of her on the podcast.
I know, it made me happy. She's so perfect. I love
The best
Ahsoka to
Jedi.
death. Did you ever watch the blooper scene of that too, where the thing rips off?
Yep.
In the mid tire spin of that. That was
Oh
funny.
no, Mom and Dad, aka wait, does he call them Mom and Dad? I
No,
can't
that's
remember.
Sans and Papyrus.
What?
Because they're skeletons.
That's mean. That's really mean.
I got a
Skeletor?
bone to pick with you.
What's it smell like barbecue? Oh no.
See, they're skellies.
That smells delicious. Give me some Rays, some sweet baby Rays barbecue.
See,
oh,
Sans and Papyrus are just taking a nap.
So sad.
Oh, that is so bad, CG.
That's not CG.
That's not CG.
Are you sure?
That's
100%.
meaty. There's a difference.
Are you sure?
That was in the original movie. I remember that
Are
scene.
you
Yes.
sure?
That was a set. Like they had like the
Ugh.
skeletons and they were burning them.
Yeah.
What if it was real skeletons, like in Poltergeist?
Could you say that the Imperials did a lot of work on that house? You know, like they really like burnt it down, put a lot of work into that, right? Like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
skeleton.
Oh, at least maybe 2 skeletons.
I really had to think about that joke. I want you to know I really tried. I couldn't remember the pun, and then I'm like, I'm sitting here for the past like 30 seconds. It's like, what was the joke?
What was the joke? What was the joke?
I'm not
I'm like, it
happy
was a
about
ton,
that.
a ton of what? A ton of.
Also, I hate these robots. They suck on Star Wars Battlefront 2.
They were in Star Wars Battlefront 2?
No,
weren't they?
They're not.
They're in Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
I like how they just like, so this is PG-13, right? Okay, click.
Yeah. Cut quickly.
No, this was PG.
Well, I mean, they did it with Han Solo too, and then they also
Wait,
did
is
it
this
with
before
Rey.
Indiana Jones or after Indiana
before
Jones?
Indiana Jones.
So PG-13 didn't exist yet.
Right. Indiana Jones invented PG-13.
Yep, because they're like,
Well, this is ripping someone's heart out of someone's chest is
And
pretty
the guy's
bad.
face
Whoa.
melts right off.
Dude,
But-
when I watched that for the first time,
Yeah.
thinking it was a PG movie, I was like, that's like
Yeah.
R-rated for me, like growing up, just as I was,
I had
Well,
watched
the-
Terminator and Matrix, though, so it was
The
kind of like a normal thing to me at
Nice.
that
The
time.
Temple of Doom, I think, was PG-13. I don't know about the
It was.
original.
That
Ark.
was the one that made it
Because
PG-13.
Ark of the Covenant was not PG-13.
Really?
No,
No.
it's just PG.
Yeah.
There were some.
They wouldn't have that nowadays.
We watched a PG movie
Yeah.
from I don't know the 70s or 80s.
How did they
Seven-
even end up on the mountain?
70s or 60s, I should say, and it was like way raunchier than we were
There
expecting.
was some movies that I remember watching like growing up. Like
Because parental guidance meant something back then.
there was actual nudity in like
Yeah.
early movies that were like PG.
Yeah.
And even G.
Well, because also a lot of things
Oh,
sexualize
that is
everything
so
now.
bad.
Back then, it's
It
like
was-
it's
oh,
a,
This
is
is all
so
CG.
bad.
This is all
What are you talking about? They made that.
Oh,
yeah, this whole
it's
scene here
gross.
bad.
Guys, this is like Venom.
That's a miniature, I
seen
think
Venom.
though.
Oh,
That might
I
be a miniature.
refused to see Venom once I heard it was PG-13.
I mean, he still eats a guy's head off.
But it's implied. It's
That's
not shown.
terrible.
No, it's
CG.
showing. He takes a bite out of the guy.
I don't like
It
it.
doesn't show blood.
Take it away.
I hate that.
And now
Burn
we're
it.
back to the actual thing.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
Oh, that hood needs.
And then
to...
it's
Oh!
look at that nice transition.
Stop it!
Look at that. Look at the
Stop!
Xbox. Look at the Xbox graphics. Halo Combat Evolved graphics walking across the screen.
So
You're
gross.
not wrong.
I love that droid though.
Wow, this looks real. Oh wait, it is.
Look at his unibrow, though.
Hey,
That's one
The
of the things.
Stormtrooper, look at-
That's one of the things though. Like, see, that's an imperfection
like-
in his mold.
He's like,
Yeah.
While the rest
yeah,
back
everybody
there,
knows
they all
it.
have good helmets.
He looks sad all the time now. Woe is me. My eyebrow isn't on fleek.
he's like my ex-girlfriend.
Move along. Move along from that joke.
Cannot relate.
Me either.
You see, this exact area is that map I was telling you about.
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so I downloaded a mod for
Dude, did
Blades
you-
and Sorcery, and it's this whole map on Battlefront 2, and it's a re-renderized version of it, so it's really pretty. But it's so like they sized it and scaled. I'm just retelling for thing, but they rescaled it up like one instead of keeping it like 1-to-1 sizing, it's like 1.5 to real life. So it's a little bit bigger than it's supposed to be, and I don't know. It's I don't put on infinite on this big of a map. It's
Oh, damn.
it's rough, and they retexturized everything, so it's a nice map, but it's huge.
See, I liked playing Mos Eisley Heroes on Battlefront 2.
They
And
really
then
need to fix that hood.
You just go around fighting. What? You don't like the weird? What the heck?
It's his wizard robe. What are you talking about?
It's kind of point.
It looks like he's
It looks like
walking
he's trying to
this.
have a hat.
He's like, yes.
You
You want to talk about some? This is the song. This is the music that gets me pumped up.
Or
There,
episode
tobacco use.
6.
Tobacco use.
Yep, episode
Ah!
6. That rap moment in Jabba's
Oh,
palace.
doo-doo-wee. Oh wait, no.
The who did get?
Don't
Do you
need-
Well, hey guys, you're spoiling it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, look, it's Satan. I forgot he was here.
I
well,
forgot about
and
that.
then there's another music moment in
it
episode
just caught up to
7
me.
when you go to Maz's temple. There's
Please
like
stop.
that, like
No, that doesn't count.
a doo-doo-wee, a doo-doo-wee. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do I know that? I don't know.
Because I actually, I specifically because I played Battlefront 2 and I knew that the song that we were just making a joke about, that whole long one, I knew that by heart back when I was a kid because I played on that stupid map so much.
Oh yeah.
And I would always put that soundtrack on instant action with all the Jedi and Sith and everything. Instantly played that all the time, knew the song by heart. And so when that scene came on 7, I paid attention for the song. I was hoping so badly they would bring it back. And they didn't. And it was just like you were saying, it was so boring. There was nothing to it. I was so sad because they actually
Oh
they
my
brought in a whole
gosh.
band for that scene.
Oh, that was bad CGI.
Well, they're going to cut
No,
off an
this is-
arm here in a minute.
These
It's
are
gonna
all
be funny.
prosthetics.
No, right before this was CG.
Did you also know that Ed Sheeran was a creature in Rise of Skywalker? He was one of the creatures.
No.
Look it up.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
He was one of these guys.
Did you know that?
That's awesome.
What's the guy's name? James Bond was a stormtrooper in
Which
Force Awakens.
James Bond?
The new one, Daniel Craig. He was the stormtrooper.
What did
James Bond.
What did he play in?
It's like saying
Oh, yeah.
Batman was in something.
Don't forget this
Hey,
guy.
hey.
He's the most important character of this whole thing.
Did you know James Bond was in The Machinist?
Did you know Ben Kenobi's not a
I
Jedi
meant
Knight
Batman.
because he hurts an innocent? He does not force push him. He cuts off his arm.
He ain't dealing with none of that
Blood.
crap.
Are they going to show? Oh, they did in this one. Yeah, that
Yep.
wouldn't actually happen, though,
Why
because
is-
there was no blood in it, because it always soldered. Soldered.
Cauterized.
Cauterized. Thank you.
It's soldered, put metal to metal.
It could have melted into the
Sealed
floor.
it.
It was a metal floor. Even though it's desert.
His arm just is sitting there waving.
Wow. Ben Kenobi not being a real Jedi. Mind blown.
He didn't force push him away.
Django and Boba Fett aren't real Mandalorians, so that's me.
Actually, Django is a descendant. He's not a direct
I love
one,
that
though.
CG
Bobo doesn't count.
Stormtrooper and thing.
well,
in the background.
he's
I just like bringing that up. I don't know why. I'm bad
in
at it.
Legend. Boba Fett was actually the next Mandalore, the leader
Yeah.
of Mandalore
Well, because he was
in Legends.
technically
Han Solo.
Jango
Yeah.
Fett was a Mandalore for a short time.
Mandalorian. Mandalore was the...
He was
Hey,
he was
guys.
Mandalore. He was the Mandalore.
got it.
Guys, you're spoiling everything for me.
All right, so
Do you know about the
Let's-
dark saber yet?
No.
let's just take a note
He'll learn.
here. Han Solo's
will learn.
hair, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I think
notice
you
it-
mean Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones's hair.
Yeah.
Actually, he
I
was Han
believe
Solo
you mean
before
the guy
Indy.
from.
So
Oh crap! What's his name? Never mind.
Crystal Skull.
let's just Enrold Erickson,
Oh my god.
Albert Erickson,
I think
Enric
you mean
Erickson, the
that's-
new Han Solo.
that 70s show.
I don't watch that. My point was,
Iconic
watch his
intro.
hair because in every scene of this movie, it changes.
It does change.
It doesn't just change position; it changes
Length?
style and
Yep.
length.
Yep.
It
I'm
is
pretty
the-
sure right
Yep.
there it actually got longer, and
It
it
is-
also is to
yeah.
the left now.
It is the worst continuity error in the movie, I think.
And now it sides up to the right. Watch.
On the close-ups, it'll be
And
different.
now his isn't parted in the middle right now. Now it's parted in the middle.
right down the middle. Now it's all messy.
And now his isn't parted.
No, I get it because like these hairstyles in particular are kind of hard to
Maintain.
maintain.
Yeah. And now it's parted to the left a little bit more. No, that one's still the same.
Han
there.
Solo though is still one of my favorite characters, especially in this movie. He's just
I-
that.
have never
You
liked
guys
him.
have got me way too invested in the hair thing now at this point. 'cause I
He's
can't-
like, I'm
like
staring at
trying.
every
Yeah,
scene.
pretty much. I'm like,
That strand of hair is slightly different.
Wait a second, continuity perfection. That happened a lot in The Hobbit too.
Yes.
I watched it and like they'd have like hair over their shoulder, and then
Martin Freeman isn't Martin. Sorry.
they'd look over,
Morgan.
and
He is-
then one hair would be over their shoulder, and they'd
Yeah.
look back, and both would be down, then both would be back. It was so annoying. But
I was gonna make a joke and just be like, Martin Freeman isn't Morgan Freeman.
what?
What? Morgan Freeman isn't.
I think you mean.
Isn't.
Oh, here we go, boys. Burrito.
McClunky.
hey guys, who shoots first?
Han Solo shoots
I
first in the
appreciate the voice
1977 version. In this version, I think both of them shoot first.
No, Han still
Also,
does.
the lips.
Are you sure?
The
Because
lip
have you seen the
movement-
Disney Plus version?
I've not seen the Disney. I watched the redone version that they made like 10 years ago.
This
We
one's
have to-
new.
shut up.
Oh, really?
We have to watch it.
Actually, I think Greedo shoots first, then he shoots.
We have to
let's see.
watch.
And wait for McClunky. You'll hate it.
Spice Runners.
Shh. We have to watch it. We have to watch really. Look at
I
this.
love his blaster.
Hey, did you know how he got his blaster? We'll find out when we watch
James,
Solo.
remember we're being quiet.
That's exactly what's coming out of his mouth.
See, he says McClunky, and he shoots first.
That doesn't make any. I will say,
I have never
in a
been to
redone version, that would make no sense.
I have never
'cause he
been to a
shoots to the
bar.
side.
I've never been to a bar where two people shoot each other. But I've also never been to downtown Detroit.
So,
I have.
my understanding of this version of Star Wars,
You're alive?
I mean, I've been downtown Chicago, downtown Detroit, and
Ooh.
they're fine.
this
Okay.
version was going to be a 2014
That
release,
haircut.
I think.
Wait, his
Yes.
hair's longer or shorter? It's the back.
No,
I think it's the same.
No, it's shorter.
Maybe.
It
But
is
this was
shorter.
supposed to be like a
need to
2014 anniversary release or something, and they never released it. Bless you. So then, when Disney acquired the license, they decided that would be this version. So,
Oh, look at that CGI. Ooh, spicy.
so George Lucas actually added the McClunky scene.
Really?
Interesting.
And they don't even translate it in the subtitles, so we don't know what McClunky means.
I mean, you can look it up. I'm sure that it's out there. I mean, Yoda still has.
Listen,
his
man, we
species
don't
hasn't-
live in 2020 where we have the internet at our fingertips.
You're right. We have dial-up. If you know that sound of that,
No, we have 1977 Star Wars technology where everything is very...
Dude, I want that white robot.
I like it.
That is sweet. What are the legs?
it looks like if anime took over C-3PO, like just that type of culture.
What do you hold up, honey?
Well, because it has the big like
Yeah,
kawaii chibi eyes,
And very...
and it had like the red face paint
the
going
armor,
down.
too, is a little reminiscent of like a samurai, like
yeah.
the whatever the wood
Oh, there's
panels.
that spy!
Yeah.
Oh shit, bro! Oh yeah, this scene.
This is good animation.
Oh,
But
Oh,
it's better
sorry.
than the original, just slightly overweight man that was Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
Also, look, 2 Greedos.
Mm-hmm.
Same costume, too. So apparently all Rhodians wear Greedo's costume. See, Greedo. Boba Fett added in CGI. Boba Fett is CGI. He's actually not CGI. He is just added in digital. They recorded it on a green screen of a person wearing the costume.
oh, this is so bad. It hurts me physically. How did they do this before?
There was a person. Jabba the Hutt was just a human. A
Yep.
fat human. And then watch, this will be digital. They raise Han up digitally.
Yep.
Oh, I saw how bad that was.
Yep, nice and blurry. It's so bad.
Like, look at the cut.
sharp-
Look at right at
Oh
his
my
back vest. You can see the
gosh.
cutout. It's interesting.
Oh, Jabba's so nasty in this. Man,
You can see the fuzz. Look at the outer part of his arm, like how detailed the inner
Yep.
part is, and then
And
the
look
outer
at
part
his
is because
hair.
they're,
The
um,
hair is the best part to look at because it's...
No, please. The feathering is awful.
Yep. Nice like Vaseline just outlined.
Why don't we watch the VHS version, guys?
It probably would have been better.
I think Jabba's in the VHS version. If it's the special edition.
No.
Who was it then? Was it the fat guy?
This scene wasn't in there.
Oh.
There was no scene.
They cut this scene out
Yeah.
until they added Jabba the Hutt back in
Mm-hmm.
to keep continuity with episode 6 where Jabba was animatronic.
Real quick, this guy right here
That's a
always
fleshlight.
reminded me of...
Nobody
of
heard
a-
that.
No, I didn't.
What'd you
to
say?
Don't worry about it. Continue.
I guess we'll find out when we watch it later.
Can't wait.
That guy was reminded me of a medieval doctor.
Oh,
witch
like
doctor.
a plague doctor.
Yeah.
Plague doctor with the giant bill.
I just said his nose was a fleshlight.
Hey, have you played the new Rainbow Six Siege?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
I
about.
have that skin.
Oh no, I don't have that. I only
have
got to
the-
play it for like 2 hours. And
I have
didn't
the
get
smoke
So look,
fleshlight
man,
skin.
back to Star Wars. This is epic.
Shut the up, Sam.
Sand Troopers honestly were always my favorite.
I
That right
offered
there
you
is
a damn
a-
sand trooper earlier, and you didn't want it.
Power of the Force is not a good action figure. Honestly, if you've seen the new the vintage collection,
Yeah.
Stormtroopers, they have the most movie accurate sculpt I have ever seen on an action figure. It is
Really?
mind blowing. But no, let's see.
I like how his blaster blows up. Way
that was
more
an
than it should've.
MG-34 and a Lewis machine gun that the Sand Troopers were carrying.
Really?
Both World War II firearms, one British, one German.
And then don't forget about the E311?
The E11 Stormtrooper blaster
Yeah.
was a British
best gun.
9mm submachine gun. I can't remember what it was called. They didn't modify the guns that much.
it's called the Type 100. It's a Call of Duty reference. I know what I'm talking about. MP40.
The guys that are like super gun nuts, but all they know is like the names from Star Wars. I
They
like
would-
I
they
like the
wouldn't be watching
P90.
this. They wouldn't be watching.
Did you say
this.
from Star Wars, by the way?
I meant Call of Duty. Even
Again,
worse,
they
even worse.
wouldn't be watching this.
Guys, I like the Python. It's like the coolest gun ever.
Oh, you mean the
44 Magnum, Colt 44
or the
Magnum.
500 Magnum?
Ooh,
I prefer the AK-74U.
that's a real gun though.
No.
FU. Get it?
Hey, you know what?
There's the door.
ARs are better than AKs. I'm gonna say it.
So now we're gonna get demonetized
I'm gonna
because
say
we're
the
talking about the
Commando.
G word.
The
The G-
Commando.
That's right,
the
Gungans. it's yes.
I think you meant to say Jar Jar Binks because that is 2 G's.
Those are J's.
Gar Gar Binks.
His twin brother.
Look at the CGI.
Wow.
They did it.
His
Very
twin
good.
brother, Gargar
Real
Binks.
quick. Real
The
quick.
true Sith Lord.
Could any of us do that CGI?
Nope.
Yes, actually.
Oh,
Remember, I did 3D modeling and engineering and animation.
he could do it. I could.
Okay, I want you to prove that in an Instagram
you want me to-
post. I want you to prove you can do that render in an Instagram post.
So do I have to take like the original?
From scrap.
Wait, so I have to do the scale model of Alderaan that's no longer
No,
gone?
just the
Yeah, see,
the
the-
scale model of the Death Star.
I like the guy in the back there,
Okay.
the Death Star trooper, just with like
You
the
definitely can do it.
shades down.
I just want to see if you can.
I mean, literally all you. Okay,
Her nose is way bigger than I remember.
it's a cute tiny nose. It's not. It's not like a long pointy one like that.
Rip,
no,
Rip
it's
Carrie
just
Fisher.
bigger than I thought it was. That's all I'm saying.
Why
Also,
you gotta
Rip
bring it
Carrie
down
Fisher.
like that, man.
Oh, this
I-
lady's
I had-
dead in 40 years.
I had such a crush on her watching Star Wars.
I thought. I'm gonna be honest.
I
kinda
wonder
thought she had,
why.
like,
Not episode 6.
do
I
you
w-
That's
do you
episode
make your
5,
wife
excuse
wear
you?
episode 6?
No, episode 6. Shut up. Get out of here. You will not confuse me.
I want to see if you do it though.
Did you
I too
get
like
the,
to lean up against my father.
Daddy.
Nope.
And that's where we get demonetized.
Dad Tatooine.
And that's why you blank everything. Lord
Did
Vader.
she, wait, did she actually say Tatooine?
Lord,
Dan
Lord
Tatooine.
Daddy. Instead of Lord
uh,
Vader. Vader.
Fun fact on
Lord
my
Vader.
channel for fun fact though, on my channel for streaming and stuff, there was a time when I was the dad of like half my people that were watching, but there was the odd times when I would get called Poppy or Daddy and some of the people like the way that they did it was okay. Then there was other ones that would just straight up Daddy or Poppy, and it was like, all right.
Could you imagine?
They had those like the crumbly bits there.
Yeah.
That was all CGI.
The spray was
the,
fireworks.
the sparkly bits were fireworks, but you
Yeah.
could see there they added like
The
I like
ring.
how they put away the lightsaber so it's easier to do the scene. Sorry.
they
Continue.
they added the
Yeah.
ring, but you actually saw a little bit of rubble, but it was very badly added in texture. That was like, I don't know. It just looked it disappeared very quickly.
Yeah.
It looked like a balloon bursting almost.
Like, he's always rubbing his head in this whole movie.
Thoughts.
My big brain
We should
hurts.
the rest of the movie we should just be like Star Wars.
Yeah, because that's how that thing. Hold on. You go to like the new movies with the training with Rey and stuff, where she has to like go and jump up trees while fighting off all that stuff, and then you just watch Luke at 2-foot distance block like 3 shots by this little droid.
And then she sticks it to a tree with a spear.
Yeah.
This is all stop motion.
Yep.
Yep.
I used to do
Fun
stop
fact.
animation on James Fox 47 at YouTube. On YouTube. What?
Good times.
And now I lost the login information. I don't have the password, and I saved it to my parents' landline, so I literally can't log back into that account.
Epic.
I mean, you could probably get a hold of YouTube and actually.
I've tried. I've called YouTube.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It didn't.
Yeah. I love how much YouTube's care is.
Nice flicker on the lightsaber at the bottom there.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know what would cause that. It seems like they could overlay that digitally very cleanly and clean that up, but maybe not.
Tire pressure valve.
I like how this is how he trains.
But it also
You had to
pages
fight
me.
these in Jedi Outcast.
Yes. How did he get shot in the butt, by the way?
I got shot in the back. 'Cause it
The
it
laser.
curved.
I was gonna say the
It's
laser.
like Wanted. Did you ever see the movie Wanted?
Oh, look at there's that clip again. Did you see that cut?
I
Yep.
A
didn't.
really cool transition cut that they did that didn't make
Dang
sense
it! I
at
was
all.
looking at you.
Shucks.
So
That's
this-
called Lord Tachanka.
That line right there is really interesting because when it comes around to episode
I get
7,
your reference.
he
Nice.
makes that in episode 7. He makes that line about the Force is all true, and
Yeah.
I love that kind of
The
bring around. That was
yeah, the
character
That was
development
one-
of Han Solo.
one thing Disney did okay.
Who legitimately just has this helmet?
Ben Kenobi.
I
He
love
just carries it in his
having-
backpack.
Yeah, apparently Ben.
Oh,
there's
that
that cut,
was
there's
a
that
good
cut
cut.
again.
That was a good cut.
Apparently Ben brings that with him though. The helmet. It's not Han Solo's helmet, and it's a Rebel pilot helmet. But you never see a helmet with that blast shield down ever again, which is interesting.
But also the symbols on it are not the same as he wears in the Clone Wars or Episode 3 or any of that.
they
right,
kind
so
of look
we
like
don't know
penises.
we don't know where the symbol comes from,
I mean, they're
unless
swords, but that's okay, I guess.
for some reason would that be Luke's T-14 helmet that he flies on Tatooine? His you don't actually
Maybe,
see
but where
it.
did the face plate come from?
It goes up into
It's
the helmet.
custom.
That
I-
makes no sense
It should
for
go-
either of those.
It should go up into the helmet.
But why would you need it down in the first place? You can't see.
Why
through
would
it.
you
Crash
want it?
landing?
No.
Why would you not want to see that?
Smash his nose?
Oh, my nose.
That was so anticlimactic.
Okay, Sam, on the way home, when I'm out of the car,
Crashes.
get in a wreck, and then go,
Oh, my
my
nose.
Nose.
I don't remember that officer. Oh, because they don't show him up close. He just walks out.
That's because he died. The Death Star.
Epic.
epic.
Terminator. Was that a reference? Is that a connection to the Terminator series?
Every time we're in Lightspeed, we should all do that. Oh!
Do you guys? Did you guys ever do that while driving in like a really
Snow?
good snowstorm?
Yes. And then
you
Turn
turn
on
your
your
brights.
brights. Yeah.
Punch
You're
it,
like-
Chewie!
Punch it,
Okay,
Chewie! And your
real-
wife is like, do you really think I'm that hairy? Are you that disgusting? Good Lord. Do I have that kind of teeth? What is wrong with you? Do I smell bad?
Yes.
And you're like, I was making a joke, honey.
I do it when I'm alone because,
Your
you
wife
do-
would
you-
just look at you spurningly.
you know.
The first girl I had ever dated, her family is from the Netherlands. She's Dutch. And so it's not like, I guess, a common theme in their family to be like really nerdy. And I was like that really weird introduction to their family. And so when I told them about this, her mom actually started doing this as a regular
my
thing because I
gosh,
told her about
that's
it. And she's
awesome.
just like, it is like that.
It is like Lightspeed.
And it's so much better, especially because like the cultural differentiation, I guess.
Yeah.
And so it's like a whole different thing, and I thought it was the coolest thing at the time.
No, that
Just
is
a small
actually
little. I don't know.
It is interesting because in America we handle pop culture very differently.
We do.
We thrive on it now.
Yeah.
It used to be like when I was younger and everything in like elementary, middle school, it wasn't a cool thing still, and that was that time where it was like slowly changing.
And then
right?
they made
So-
Pulp Fiction.
So here's my thought
and then Hot
process.
Topic.
So Japan is very pop culture centered.
Yes.
You
But-
can now work at Hot Topic. You have at least
Tattoos.
one tattoo.
Which one
You
was-
need at least one.
Which one was first though? I'm assuming Japan was more pop culture centered, and then it kind of bled into America.
I would think not, and the reason being, it's gonna sound really bad, but the reason being is because of the World Wars and because of
Ooh.
all the Cold Wars and every tension that was going on. Their recovery plus also
we can't win, but the alternative is fighting.
Yes.
Sorry.
But I don't know. I think with everything kind of going on and being really tense and us kind of having like the whole internet stuff all happening first, I would think it would be more our area that would have that.
And then they just adapted it for themselves, or
Yeah.
they probably evolved separately. They just
yeah.
they surround like they became.
Well, I think it was more culture. It wasn't so much nerdy
Wait,
and
those
poppy
suits
stuff.
are space proof?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Stormtrooper armor seals.
Then why can a laser penetrate them so easily?
Do you see lasers flying
See,
around in
this
space?
This is my theory on that, actually, because everybody's just like, well, why do they wear armor if the lasers always just go through them? It's not for the lasers or for the guns. It's for if they get into fights with anything that's not.
Oh, you mean like Ewoks? Like rock
Look,
clubs?
all right. Episode 6 didn't happen yet. This is episode 4. This is fine. Don't worry about it. Anyways.
I look at Stormtrooper armor more as
Really
A
cool
symbol, it's a
aesthetic.
uniform.
like World
looking
War
cool
One.
thing.
Germans were the first army to implement gray uniforms. They
Yep.
they weren't flashy reds and blues and greens. They were gray and they were intimidating. I look at stormtroopers as these intimidating, masked, monochrome characters.
They can do whatever they want. It's that what's
Yeah.
that one
If you kill-
experiment they did at the jail whereas a bunch of innocent people, they went in with the rolls
They
and
wore
the
masks.
sunglasses and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's that same type of thing.
See,
And, like,
I
think
like
about this-
killing stormtroopers until episode 9, where then they humanize the
Right.
stormtroopers.
So the helmets, I feel like, make it kind of terrifying in the sense that, like, if you shoot a stormtrooper as
Yeah.
a rebel, another one takes his place, but he's identical. So it's like this swarm of
It's like
stormtroopers.
that
and-
idea that they're never ending.
yeah, you
That-
kill
yeah.
one, and there's 2 more to take their place. That kind of thing.
By the way, this meme, just hiding in the floorboards, because have you ever? Sorry, just like total throw off thing.
I didn't know there was a meme about it.
Well, like
I was gonna
the
say something
Batman,
terrible,
the
but I
great
didn't.
great system in the Arkham games. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
Just
Oh my
going-
gosh.
And, like, and then just pop up. Woo!
Oh, I love it.
Woo!
Yeah, see, those are like the suits that you're talking about with World War I in the what was it? You said Germany.
Yeah, yeah.
Future Dustin, we're very
Man,
sorry.
look at
I
them
apologize.
sexy
Not
troopers
really.
right there.
Oh,
Thumping.
Oh,
That's my sound
Thumping.
of my heart after seeing those stormtroopers.
Hey,
Oh,
man!
yeah.
Hey, down there.
Could you give it? Okay, can I say, by the way, I know like the stormtrooper, like
Subtitles are amazing.
like that. I don't know how many YouTube videos
Blaster
you watch
firing.
on subtitles, like custom subtitles, but some of those subtitles are pretty freaking funny.
They're
PewDiePie
great.
had the best custom subtitles.
How about Rooster Teeth? Honestly,
I
have you
haven't
ever
watched
read
it.
some of the like red?
I
Oh
haven't watched
man,
them, so I'd
Oh
have
my gosh,
Those
custom subtitles are great.
thumbs up.
No, he's
Oh,
he's,
Sam,
yeah.
put your thumbs up.
he's saying the bad transmitter. See, he's got a bad noggin.
Hey guys, I got bad transmitter.
His face should be torn off.
Hey, have you ever seen what a monkey can do to someone's face?
No, baboons, man.
Did you ever
Baboons.
see what a
Dude.
man on bath salts can do to somebody's face?
You're right. They can start eating. Just start eating them.
Nice cut there. To get the door to close properly.
I like how we all go quiet. We're just like, look at that haircut.
Wow.
We're trying to see if it
Whoa.
changes in the next scene.
Right.
Pretty much.
The,
Yeah.
the
Well,
in-depth.
Yeah. It's
The in-depth stare.
I'll
Practical
get to
effects
it.
are way better than CG. I'll just say it.
Oh, he actually has a dent on his head now, by the way. Did you see that? Did you
I
catch
did
that?
see
Right
that,
there.
yeah, right
right
there.
above his
And-
eye.
Thunk.
they dulled his armor there so they didn't have to like digitally remove the cameraman.
Yeah. The rustic feel.
That's, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
because
awesome.
think about it, back in the day, you couldn't digitally remove anything. So
Yeah.
they're like, oh, can't have a shiny droid. Dull them up.
I like how they have all this super advanced technology, but if you look at the background, they have a sonar checking to see if anything's
Hey.
inside the whole Death Star.
Right.
Just because you're right doesn't mean you need to point it out.
Hey.
That's
Just
the
'cause
whole
I'm
point
right.
of this podcast is us just going, hey, look at that thing in Star Wars. That's a thing.
Hey, Sam,
Here, you
quit
want some-
pointing out the flaws of this
Look,
stupid
you-
thing.
I
Hey,
made-
look, that's a thing.
I made puns
Wow,
earlier
that's
about
a
his
thing.
dead parents, and you didn't like that. So take your pick. What do you freaking want, man?
Weird cut.
That was a
Weird cut.
I think, actually, I don't know if it's a cut. I think they might just speed the film because the door has to come down. And it probably
And
comes
it
down
just-
slow.
And just two camera guys just going, and
two-
they have to like make the sound effects for it.
It's
They
just,
go,
it's just 2 interns.
Two interns.
Oh, I can't lower the door.
why am I? I'm not even getting paid.
Where's my coffee?
Oh my gosh.
Where's my cut of the $11 million?
See, that was something I was going to bring up earlier, by the way. For Kylo Ren, I don't know how much you guys know about Adam Driver, the
Kylo
guy,
Ren's not
his
in
actor.
this.
A
But
bit.
he's in SNL a lot. Like, he's a
Yeah.
real big comedy guy, right? But you guys had made, or I think you had made a joke about his kiss scene with Rey or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And so I was going to bring up, he had actually played in
A marriage story.
Yes. And he did a damn good job.
I still haven't seen it, but it
Fantastic.
looked phenomenal in the trailers.
It's
His acting level is
Supposedly, his acting level is godlike, from what I've heard of other
ju-
people talk
he-
about Adam Driver.
There are
Yeah,
other
honestly.
actors on his level. He's not like the best actor out there, but he just is an actor.
He's only, what, 30
they
something?
fully can get into it.
He can fully
100%.
express
Yeah, I think he's in
emotions.
his 30s. Yeah,
And
because he got out of the military not too crazy long ago.
Yeah.
so-
Right.
Yeah, so probably in his 30s. But yeah, he has that broad spectrum of stuff. And I don't know.
Right.
When you brought that up, I'm just like, he is in that. I just watched that recently. It's really freaking good.
I've heard
Yeah.
he's a very good
very
actor.
sad, very emotional.
That was
That
rough.
it tore me
Every
up.
day I wake up and wish that you were dead.
Thanks for mocking the most
that was
emotional
a
scene.
rough scene to
And,
watch.
but here's the thing: him acting that
if
You
it meant
believed
that if it meant that our kid would just be okay, and then he just fully breaks down. That was rough to watch.
That was so rough to watch.
That
And
is
he
what I wish
sold
about
it.
Sam every day.
He
I know.
did sell it, and they talked about that too, using like
I
your
love you,
entire
Sam.
environment and all that type of stuff. And I don't know,
He
Did he
punches
s-
a hole in the
There
wall.
we go. I was going to say.
Yeah.
yeah.
Does he totally?
I think it
Han,
kind of
you
surprised
chatted
him
up?
actually how much he did in that wall, because I don't think he actually meant for it to happen. I mean, he kind of because if
Maybe
you
not.
watch that scene over, he kind of does a second take at it really quick when he
Like,
does it. Yeah,
oopsies.
but he plays on it, right? He plays. It's
Yeah.
more like a surprise, feared thing because he actually just did it.
Mhm.
But I think it also kind of shocked him when he did it. So I don't know. I love these droids, the little mouse droids.
Did you ever play them on Lego Star Wars?
Yes.
They were my
the
favorite
best.
because they were so fast.
I love them
Zip
so
the,
dearly.
couldn't you ride them?
I don't think you could ride
I
them.
think that
At
was in
least
a
the-
later game.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could
So
ride
right
the
there,
trash can droids.
The left right there, that's an MG34.
Yeah.
Probably a replica. I don't think any of these are original, but that's a very nice specimen right there.
Now something I'm actually curious about to see now that I've watched
Dude,
like all
it's
the
a black
bloopers and
C-3PO.
stuff. There's a scene in this where they have their big fight, right? And while they're doing it, the guy, one of the stormtroopers, stays kind of in the hallway, and you can still see his like a little bit of his hand and his foot after they ran into the supposed room, and you can still see him sticking out a little bit.
Ooh,
so
I'll
I'm
have to look
curious.
for that.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of curious if I can find it now.
All right, we'll
But it's
see.
in one of the shootout scenes when they're still in their armor and everything.
What he says there, I can't see a thing in this helmet. That's not in the script, technically. I don't think. I think that was just what he said.
And that was their way of playing on why they shoot so bad.
Kind of, yeah.
I like how none of them are holding guns visibly.
Right.
I think they have holsters on the back of their armor. The action figures do.
Yeah.
They're very impractical
guess.
holsters, but
They're very impressive, especially because most of them have rifles.
the back
Right.
of my arm. Oh wait, this is a rifle, so I'm gonna reach over my shoulder.
now I could be wrong, but I think stormtroopers are all left-handed, or no, clone troopers are
All left-handed.
all left-handed because
Because
George
Django.
Lucas is left-handed.
Well, yeah, that too, I guess.
What
But yeah,
a-
Right.
because Django technically, but all
Tisk
right.
tisk.
I know.
But
Yeah, they're holding their
I-
guns with
I've
the
always-
right hand, so they're
they're right-handed.
they're like, you're fake. We're no, it's because
Could you
stormtroopers
imagine?
actually aren't the clones. But
that'd be hilarious.
right.
but no, actually, I've always wondered too on those square things on their back if those are actually magnetized areas, so that's how they attach them. That's something I don't know, but that would make sense.
I think it's for backpacks too.
Yeah.
Like if a backpacks will snap onto those.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I think that supposed premise was. Well, there's the 11 again. Got 'em, boys. You know you
I like
can't
how
lose
they-
if it's there.
I like how they blast like this. Like
Yeah,
they're not doing this. They're doing like this. Like
Freaking gang. Pop, pop. Motherfucker.
Chewbacca just takes the big one. Ah!
His
Holds it sideways.
crossbow. What is
Hold
that one
upside
called?
Bowcaster,
Yeah. But
I like
didn't
it.
it have like a number name for it too, or no?
probably, but I don't think it did because it was a Wookiee weapon. So the Wookiees,
I think you mean a Kashyyyk weapon.
well,
Kashyikian.
Kashyyyk
Oh no,
Wookiees.
guys, it's a nerd battle.
We actually had one earlier before we started the movie
Yeah.
about the ship, Anakin or Obi-Wan ship.
Yes.
You
Oh
got
my
me. You did
gosh.
get me on that. It's because Obi-Wan always has the red ship. I told you that too,
He
which
does.
was funny.
Yeah.
He always has the red ship. I pointed that out, and I'm like, oh, it's because the red R2-D2, but it was the red ship. I
Yeah.
even said that too beforehand, and I'm like, once I seen it, I'm like, I'm an idiot. I proved my own self wrong before the argument even started. He always has the red stuff, even the armor. So,
What a great excuse.
Very large leak.
Oh,
very
no.
dangerous.
The whole place is
Operating.
gonna
Oh
blow
my
up.
gosh, we gonna die. Bam.
But I still love that scene.
it's so good. Because you're having some guy that's coming into like a military
That is
base,
the
and
most-
he's just like talking like a regular
Yeah,
bystander.
so things happen bad. Ooh,
Hello,
How
I'm going
could
to make
you
out with you
sleep
now.
on that?
very comfortably. I sleep
Yeah.
on the floor all the time.
I do too.
Aren't you a little short
He's like-
stormtrooper?
Aren't you a little sexy for my sister?
Mm.
Dang, look at Mark Hamill's eyes, bro.
I feel like you have
Beautiful.
a thing for him. I'm starting to get that.
My wife's eyes are blue.
That explains it all. I get it.
Obi-Wan
I kind of
Kenobi.
actually, I will say, I kind of have a thing for that. It's either really, really like near black eyes or very vivid. It has to be
Blue
one
eyes.
or the other, and that's like a thing for me. It's not
You're
like,
vampires, a live person.
I was gonna say zombies, but yeah, that
Zombie,
too.
yeah.
You know, what's the difference?
Same thing.
No, it's baby
Possessed
Yoda eyes. You know.
There's the door. Yeah.
Hey,
And
We
he's
swore we
opportunity.
wouldn't talk about him.
Did you? They're making a Build-A-Bear, by the way.
Yeah.
Don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm already bored.
Sideshow's making a 1-to-1 scale.
I kind of want to buy it. I want to put him in the podcast 100%
The
honest. That's
child.
the only
Let's
reason
do it.
why.
Let's do it. Let's do
Only
it.
if you call it the child.
Let's do a video of us doing a Build-A-Bear Baby Yoda, a.k.a. Huh?
A
vlog.
vlog.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it, bro. Bro.
Hey, I'll do a haul video of the figures I get from you.
You know what? I honestly, I will like that and I will
What
share
is
it.
that? What is that hole in the wall?
Not
there,
like I don't
right
already
there?
do that, but it's okay.
I like how the
trip.
actors can't get out of the hole. They're like, hey, how are we supposed to get? They cut it really
Steve
well.
fell down
Yeah.
in the hole, and now we can't step over Steve.
There's a great behind the scenes clip here where the stormtrooper comes out and his belt unclips, and then the rest of his armor just starts falling off. He's still He's still running around doing
I've
this.
never seen that. That's
All
awesome.
the armor bits just start
That's
falling
so
off of him.
great.
It's so good.
See
C-Previo?
C-3PO's lips aren't moving, therefore the scene isn't accurate.
Get ready.
Oh my gosh. So I'm actually curious. Do you guys what is this number of times do you think you've watched this? This one specifically.
Ooh, that's interesting. Sam, go. I would say 5. Maybe.
I would say probably 10 because I watched a lot as a kid,
Yeah.
but I don't know the exact count.
I don't
Actually,
think I've
as
seen
a-
this very often.
As a
I
kid, I
really
always
don't
would
think so.
watch episode 3 over and over.
I watched episode 3 a lot.
Yeah.
See, episode 3 we weren't allowed to see till we were like 13. I think.
Same.
Holy crap! I think I've seen episode 3 like twice, maybe.
Really?
What the frick?
I've watched that one so many times because
So
there's
in like
troopers.
in like 3 months or 6 months, whenever we get to it, that'll be like my 3rd time viewing episode 3. Holy
excited.
cow!
I was gonna
Maybe
say, that
it'll be
was-
my 2nd time. I don't even know.
That
That'd
was
be
my
insane.
go-to movie when we were taking road trips and stuff in the van.
Yeah.
That we had this little pull-down monitor. That would be my go-to movie.
Oh, so your family was rich. Got it.
Not.
that was rich to us.
I mean, I will say, we did. Well, it's also because Father has. I don't know if I can actually say that or not. Probably not. I'm gonna avoid saying
It's
that
okay.
in case.
So guess what I'm
He
going
has
to do?
affiliations with
The
companies
mafia.
that also.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So-
Sam and I are going to a toy convention Sunday, this coming Sunday in 2 days. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up a monitor and Xbox to an AC adapter and play Call of Duty on the way there.
While I drive
I'm
the
proud
2.5
of
hours down.
Like,
2.5 hours because I'm bored now. I want to drive 2.5 hours. So, real quick, going back to the movie because that's what we're actually watching. The not the Sarlacc pit.
This
Good
is the
gosh,
Sarlacc pit.
this is the Sarlacc pit for the first movie.
Technically, yes.
All that foam stuff that's supposed to be metal.
Do you guys remember playing this in Lego Star Wars, the first edition? And then do you
Yes.
guys remember thinking about how gross this was, like standing in sewage water?
Yeah.
Did you ever
This
go
is
into
what-
this area in Battlefront 2?
I was just going to say
this
that.
is
Yeah.
what
It
I've gone to in real
crushes
life because
you.
I'm a real plumber.
Oh.
Oh. That's
CGI time, boys.
That wasn't CGI. That was a puppet.
No, that one was CGI. The
This
first,
was CGI,
first
dude.
one was a puppet. They redid that.
We're not
Go back and
disagreeing
watch
with you.
it.
Really?
Yeah, if we replay it real quick, that one was CGI. It was a
Yeah, it was
puppet
CGI, dude.
originally.
That's dumb. They
Yeah,
should have
they-
left it as a puppet.
They redid it, yeah.
This part was so terrifying, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
I
When you're a young kid.
As
yes.
a kid, yeah, I didn't like this scene because it made me uncomfortable.
I actually wasn't really. This was one of those scenes I actually wasn't bugged by for once. You just want to pet my cat. Careful, yeah.
Dude, for an old cat,
Yeah,
he super doesn't get bothered by you, like, petting him.
yeah.
That's what I really liked about him. He was laying up, while you were out there, he was laying on my lap for like a solid 10 minutes. I was just petting him.
I gotta do the nose thing. He gets really confused. Kitty.
And then we wonder if Luke is going to die. And did you guys ever hold your breath for this entire scene?
No.
Luke almost drowned in this, I think.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill?
Yeah. Mark Hamill, the actor, did, yeah. He was also bothered in this scene because in the next scene his hair is completely dry.
Yep.
And Harrison Ford leans over to him and he goes, "Kid, it's not that kind of movie." Because in the next scene his hair is
yeah.
dry and he was worried about continuity. Also coming up, you'll see a stormtrooper hit his head. See if you can spot it.
All right, here we go. Ready?
There's some scene that he was actually
This is our Chewie right
upset
here.
about too with he ended up what did he do? He ended up the episode 5, the Wampa.
Oh.
When he cut off the arm, actually, Mark Hamill had a rant about this because he had asked. Apparently, it was a big thing because he's an animal lover. He's just like, "Oh, I'm just swinging past it to scare it off, right?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then in the actual thing that shows the cut off arm, and they made like plush of it with its arm getting cut off and stuff. And yeah,
Did we miss it?
the flop.
You just missed it.
Yeah, I just seen.
He hit the
I saw it.
stormtrooper in the
The
back.
second guy
Hits his head. Just
the guy to the
Yeah.
right.
best part.
Wow, that was like stellar acting.
Follow me.
Isn't it interesting when actors have to act like they're acting badly?
So convenient that they
Because the
magically
voice
were
actor
able
for
to
C-3PO
build a
had
Death
to
Star.
act like he was acting badly in that scene.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like an actor.
Because
has
like
to
that was
act-
a bad acting
Yeah.
as C-3PO, but he had to act as he was acting bad. What?
I get what you're saying.
I blew my
Alright.
own mind.
Oh, his
I'll-
hair's still wet
I was
here.
pet the kitten.
Han Solo's hair has grown so much in
19-year-old
2 days.
Chewbacca just stays the same.
At all times.
3PO.
3PO! 3PO! Get on top of me.
He's
I
so
can't.
bitchy. That's probably not the first time Solo has said that before.
Look at all the hair just floating off from the cat. I
Yeah.
love you.
I like how tiny the cat's head is when you take all of the
Oh, when
hair
you
off.
actually, because I've had to shower him before because he ended up getting like fleas and
Wet
stuff.
cat
Oh.
is
My
the
friends-
best thing in the world.
No, it's not.
It is the funniest thing in the world, then.
I will.
such a good
yeah, I will
cat.
give you that, but fun, no.
Thank goodness
But
they haven't
because
found them.
friends
Where could
brought
they
over
be?
fleas
Whistle,
from the
beep,
cats
beep.
they had, and they started overtaking the house, and we ended up having to do a lot of stuff for that. But yeah, he got quite a lot to the point where he was infested, and I had to give him like the flea baths and stuff. Yeah, he was not having it.
When he was on my lap, I don't
Yeah.
know if this is a normal thing for him, but I just put my
Shut
hand
down
out like
the garbage
this.
smasher.
And he would just put his face in there,
Yep.
and then I'd run it back, and then I'd put it down, and he'd do that again. It was so... You were just the cutest little cat. Star Wars, everybody.
No, shut them down.
Shut them all down.
We're getting crushed by foam.
3PO, 3PO, 3PO.
You killed them, C-3PO. You murderer. You murderer, C-3PO.
So this is my question, right? Is they're dying, R2.
It was C-3PO. And then C-3PO goes down on like a revenge rampage.
He becomes Sith Lord.
Becomes the Sith Lord.
3PO.
No, he murders
Him
the Sith
and
Lords.
Jar Jar Binks
Has yellow
become Sith
lightsaber.
Lords.
Yeah. Little did you know Jar Jar Binks was still alive. Oh my gosh.
So dumb.
No, but
So
you see,
dumb.
it was actually Order 66 that had taken out Jar Jar because he was the true Jedi Master. He was even surpassed Yoder.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, by the way, quick-
balls. I made a pee-pee.
With his voice audio. I want to go back to being 6 years old. This sound, by the way.
The best sound, I think, in Star Wars
Yeah.
is the alarm, the Imperial alarm, that... Because they used it in like Rogue One, the trailer for Rogue One, and that got
Yeah.
me so hyped for the movie.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah.
Best sound
But
in
then
Halo
little-
3.
No, in Halo 3,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bubble Shield, man.
Oh my gosh.
Or the Ghost, or the Plasma Grenade. Halo 3 is like full of...
I like the
Iconic
really
sound.
good.
Sorry, I
the-
didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
The really good
Forgive me.
ting explosion sound where they do that metal clash and then when you get blown up by anything. Yeah. No, there was one.
walking carpet out of my way.
Why, James? Did you have a specific one that you liked in...
No, I'm just mad about Halo 4. Anyways, this is it.
Oh, I hated the sound in Halo 4. That was my biggest complaint. That and the Elite armor changing.
Oh, let's change everything.
Because, you know, his armor
This
could
is
be
a
upgraded.
Star Wars podcast. Shut up, Sam. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring it up.
There was
Sorry.
some sound I was going to reference. I don't remember it at all now.
All right, halfway
It's
through the Star
okay.
Wars podcast. Welcome to the Halo podcast. Oh.
Where we still watch the exact same sound effects from every single character that gets killed off in armor,
Yes.
and they all
Hey,
still
guys,
die.
did you see what he just did? He force looked them.
He force threw a rock. He
He's
threw a
like,
rock
"Hey,
through the force.
Hey,
He force looked
Hey.
them.
hey, guys,
I love force looking people.
You came in that
you're supposed
thing?
to look over there. It's not working right.
You're braver than I thought. Wait. There we go.
Isn't it funny? It's the same like 6 actors as
Oh.
the stormtroopers.
That's what I was gonna say. I remember. I'm sorry. It just hit
No,
me.
it's fine.
Rogue One. When you think that the actual trailer is gonna be dramatic and everything cool is gonna happen with that thing, and actually it's just I'm one with the Force is with me. I'm one with the Force. The Force. That's all I was gonna say.
That was
my joke.
That was
I
a
love
great
this.
moment.
Did you know just because that one scene right there, that is one of his special moves in Battlefront 1, the new redone
He just
version.
charges?
He just charges. That's all he does.
I love it.
Battlefront 1. Yep. That's all they did.
Han Solo has the best, like, loosey-goosey, like, he blasts things like this, like, meow, meow.
Man,
meow.
guys, these are so elusive.
Oh.
Freaking Family Guy reference. Oh, yeah, here's the kiss. I think. Wait
Yeah,
for
it comes up right before they
That
swing.
was a really good
There's
cut,
no
man.
lock.
Hey, guys.
Just
so
blast the door.
if you
Quickly,
ever need-
we have to have a kiss scene. Sorry, go ahead.
Quick! No, I don't know.
Hey, you two should kiss.
Okay, ASDF reference.
Oh, gosh, I got that.
Here comes the Wilhelm scream.
Wait, shh. Do you know what the Wilhelm scream originally came from?
Stock sound effects from Hollywood.
Nope.
No, it was from a specific thing.
It was from Western.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And since this
Here,
parodies
hold this.
Westerns
And then magically, I have a grappling hook in my utility belt. Every stormtrooper clearly has one.
he just pulls out like 700 feet of rope.
He's mother freaking Batman.
And it's
You
not
guys
the
seriously couldn't jump that, you dang white people.
it's not the rope. It's the only thing that extends. Want to see
Why
what
Seeing
was
else
the
is
Princess
stormtrooper
utility
Leia in
shoot
that
belt?
that
episode
feet?
6. And,
Oh gosh.
Hey. Like a
Magically
month, we'll
hooks
get there,
together.
dude.
Could easily shoot out foot.
did she kiss his cheek or his lips? It was
I
kinda-
think it was
Kiss your
his
cheek.
nose.
Kiss your cheek.
Well, she like went for his cheek, but he was turning, so she got like right here in that crevice.
Carrie
Oh,
Fisher
weird.
got a weird spot on Mark Hamill's face.
She tasted boogie.
Nice.
She got to kiss Mark Hamill in the next movie.
Nice.
Tune in.
Dude, I would kiss
I thought
Mark
it was.
Hamill.
Oh no, it
Mark?
was 5. Yeah, you're right.
Tune in
Did I
next.
call him Mike?
Tune in next week.
Mike
for more.
Wahlberg.
Ew.
You are a good kitty.
Not even Mark.
Marky Mark.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Did you know that Mark
Good grief.
What?
That's a reference. That's sorry.
did you know that Mark, oh crap, now I can't remember his name.
What are you looking for? Mark
Mark-
Wahlberg?
yeah, Mark Wahlberg.
You struggled so hard.
I did, it was bad.
Here comes
Shh,
an awkward
shut
cut.
up.
Puts up hood.
Wait
Oh,
for
he's
it.
not doing
Shh.
it yet.
Wait for it. This
Dude, that
scene
lightsaber
right-
looks sick, bro.
Actually does look good. Right here.
It comes out so slow. It's like an old man.
This is the most boring lightsaber fight in all of Star Wars.
Hey,
history.
Sam, we're going to have a lightsaber fight with you with my arm. Ah! 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 Don't kill me.
Look how good this is getting.
Don't kill me, Sam. Don't kill me.
Wait, that full time he
Sam,
spun around.
Sam, don't kill me. Oh no!
Nice.
Have you seen the online renders of this like redone?
You mentioned that earlier.
Okay, I didn't know.
Your
Goodbye,
power's
kitty.
a weak old
What
man.
is your cat's name? I don't think I've got.
I just
any
call him
cat's name.
Fat Cat. He
Okay,
responds
Fat
to Kitty, though. It's the E
Kitty,
sound.
kitty, 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 kitty.
It's probably the only tone that he can hear. Is he probably a little deaf?
No, he's not tone deaf.
Dude, these lightsabers look pretty sick, though. You have to admit.
But that's all the redone
Hey,
animation.
Sam, shut up.
It's all redone.
You're right, but shut
I-
up.
I still want to see in one of the movies at some point, or one of the series, having a dark core saber.
That would be really nice.
Instead of just a dark saber, or, like a red, orange, or not orange, red, yellow, whatever. I want to see a dark core. Just at
Ben
least one
Kenobi's
time.
eyes are great.
Calm down. I know you like the blue, but like...
No,
No.
he's coming because
I'm
Kenobi
making
just
a
looks
joke
like
'cause
this.
His eyes are
Oh.
like wide open. I wonder what Anakin, a.k.a. Darth Vader's eyes look like. He's just like, oh my gosh, I'm actually lightsabering this guy.
Lightsabering this guy.
Notice how every single time Obi-Wan just circle.
Yeah,
Watch.
that's a little bit better there. It's definitely reminiscent more of fencing. So it's
that's what I was
not
gonna
a
say.
sword fight. It's fencing,
Anybody who
Yeah.
fences would say it's wrong, though.
probably.
I've never fenced.
But I think that's more what he was going for. In episode 5, they really amp up like flips and more.
I wish they would have
hey,
done more. I
Sam.
like the
Sam, we don't talk about the PS2
The Obi-Wan
graphics game, aka movie, known as Episode 2.
No, I was talking about episode 2 as in like Empire Strikes Back.
Oh.
He didn't even say his line.
Hey, Sam,
Did they cut that?
What line?
slow motion.
If you cut me down now, I'll be.
That was before. I think.
He didn't even say it. I was waiting for it. He never said it.
Sam,
Did they really cut that out?
Foot.
I'm pretty sure. I think it's because they. I don't know.
Did we miss it?
Are they trying to discourage the?
We definitely
Force
could have
Ghost?
missed it easily.
We could always just go back.
Just
No.
inserts that part into recording. Just like entirely.
Did we miss it?
Conversation. All of us looking at each other talking, and then it pops up on screen.
I like
full
how Luke shoots like this.
They should just freeze
Yeah.
with big arrows.
Yeah.
Why don't we have any?
Ding.
Oh, the lightsabers.
We could have lightsabers this entire time. We could have whacked.
I could have had the green one and it wouldn't blend in the background.
My gosh,
I watched that. Bit.
That
It
was
made me
amazing.
so
I
happy.
loved it.
it
I
was
loved it.
great how it completely
You can only
clipped.
see the very outline, like right at the base of the saber. You can only see the very
It's great.
outline shadow of it.
I was like, Sam, what are you thinking? You're like,
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
it was great.
Hey, you
I
want to
was
try the
so
purple
happy.
one?
I'm always the purple dick. I mean lightsaber. I got it.
I charge up the main guns. The one turret we have. Did you
Luke, we're
shit
gonna have
yourself?
Completely.
I felt that vibration.
Oh gosh.
I didn't even hear it. It was just the vibration through my foot. I'm like, wait a minute.
Want a Sprite cranberry?
I mean, kind of actually. I went to Dollar General to look for a Sprite cranberry.
Okay, Sprite
Do you know-
cranberry is low key the best Sprite ever made.
Dude, Harrison Ford is pretty hot.
Look at that explosion. Ha
1970s Harrison Ford. Pretty
Those
hot.
are actually cool explosions. I always liked this.
Now he
scene.
just looks like my father.
Hey,
You have
You're
to
right.
admit, he actually does.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Harrison Ford, your dad, yeah, same person nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Has the same gray, parted down the middle, you know.
Could you imagine doing this in today's movies? Because it would 100% be green screen. You just like have maybe joysticks.
That's
Yeah.
all they did for Tony Stark for the Iron Man movies and for
Yeah.
Marvel.
I would be so bored with that.
Well, the camera's just right here.
Well, supposedly, then there's that meme of, oh crap, what's his name? The guy who played Dumbledore.
Get off the gray and get off
What's
the
his
white
name?
and-
What
is his
name?
And the Holy
Dumbledore.
Black Knight. Sorry. This
That
is
is
the
a mix up
ultimate
of like
showdown.
16 series.
I was
Darth
thinking-
Vader isn't that? That's a Star Wars reference.
I was thinking of the Lego movie where he goes, "No, I'm Dumbledore. Dumbledore. That's what I said. No, Dumbledore."
Wow, I don't know how you're going to
I'm more confused than ever now.
Did you guys ever watch Harry Potter Puppet Pals?
Dude,
No.
Ron Weasley. I found the source of a ticking. It's a pipe bomb.
Snipe. Severus Snipe.
No, I did watch
Snipe.
that.
Yeah.
Severus Snipe.
Hermione.
Severus Snipe. Snipe.
Ron,
Snipe.
Ron,
Severus
Ron
Snipe.
Is that,
Snipe.
is that just to the beat of the Imperial March?
Yeah, pretty much. And then he goes, Harry Potter, Harry Potter, Harry Potter.
Oh my gosh. Dude,
Oh,
how old do you think it is?
Well, it's done by the same. Okay, did you guys watch my Rainbow Six video where I did the Wow Wow song?
I've not, unfortunately.
You know what I'm referencing, though, right? That song?
Maybe.
Where he does the Wild Wild West, but he does the edit on it. The same guy that made that song, or that edit of the song, is the same guy that did Harry Potter Puppet Pals. Fun
All
fact.
Real quick, guess. Harry Potter Puppet Balls.
2004.
12 years old. No.
No,
No, it's
older than
2020
that.
now, sorry. No, I'll still say 12 years old. 12 years old. 2008.
2004.
What was it?
12 years ago.
On the money.
Oh,
Well,
man. 2008 was a
So,
good year.
anyone who's watching this in 2020 or 2020, Harry Potter
Pals.
Puppet Pals came out in... Oh, crap. I screwed it all up. 2006.
2008.
Crap.
You messed it up twice.
I sure did.
2008, 12 years ago.
2008, when the...
Welcome back to Simple
terrible-
Math, yay!
Hot
Terrible,
hair change.
terrible, terrible.
Guys, is that Alderaan?
Han's hair was different.
Is that Yavin 4?
Yes.
Is that Mustafar?
No.
Also,
You were right with Yavin 4.
the
I know it
mysterious,
is. That's a...
the mysterious ticking has 190 million views.
Now I know what I must do. Sock puppets. All along.
Actually, no.
That's
You,
all
what you need to do is come out with a hit song called Gangnam Style, and you'll have several billion.
Do
This
you
is
actually
true.
know the premise of that song?
No, I know it's terrible though.
No, it's actually not. It's
Okay.
literally, there's a...
water.
No, we're out of water.
was that one.
Here's
I
one.
drank mine. Oh crap!
Yeah, you did drink yours.
I've
but-
drank two already.
Yeah, because that one was the one you got me. No, it's literally referencing like the high elite life in like South Korea. There's a place,
Dude.
that's called I think, what is it, Gangnam or whatever. There was a place, and they were referencing like the style of it because they drink like the Starbucks style coffee where it's more expensive, just because it's that elite thing, and that's why throughout the
Gotcha.
whole video you see all these fancy things like the suits, the cars, the going out and sunbathing, like the high life type of thing. He's making fun of it throughout the whole song. That's all he's doing.
That makes a lot
It's
of
not
sense.
a bad thing. It's
yeah.
literally, that's all he's doing.
Huh.
Yeah, because he's talking about in the song. If you translate it, he's talking about this girl that's like perfect and blah 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 and doing like all these things. That's
Yeah.
what he's talking about. It's not a love song. It's him making fun of the high life.
That's hilarious.
Interesting.
That's all it is. Yeah, fun fact.
Yeah. Here we go. So look at that. They didn't have holograms back then. They just had weird stick frame animations.
I don't know what you're talking about. They had holograms. There was a pretty girl earlier, and her brother wanted to look
You're
at her.
right.
Yeah.
Also,
she go, R2? Put her back.
Bring her back.
Oh my gosh.
the guy that is sitting next to Luke that he talks to here is originally Biggs Darklighter.
Mm.
Or was it Big? No, not Big. Sorry, Wedge. It's supposed to be Wedge. And I think it's the actors that plays Wedge in the rest of the series cousin, but he falls sick or something after this scene was filmed, so they had to replace him with somebody else.
Interesting.
So I don't think they name him as Wedge Antilles, but originally in the script, it's Wedge.
So
That
Sam
guy
is
right
a
there.
super nerd.
I don't know where I learned these things. I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about while we watch the movie. I'm
How?
like,
No. It's
I'm
interesting. I
making
like the
fun
fun
of you.
facts.
But I don't know these things, and it's okay.
It brings
You don't need your
variety
jerk.
to this
you
whole
don't
commentary.
need your brain full of random facts like that. But
I just told you it was what Gangnam Style was about. What do you mean?
you're right.
It's a random ass fact.
You're right. You're right.
What?
You're
Yours
right.
correlates to the damn movie.
You're right.
Okay, did you notice, by the way, in the new movies, how diverse it is? And then you look at this and just a bunch of pasty white
White
guys
people!
everywhere. Just
And-
thought I'd
and-
point that
and
out.
not even just in terms of the humans, but a lot more alien characters as well. They really diversify
Yeah.
the universe with lots of different new.
By the
alien
end of
types.
6, there's a lot more diversity
Yeah.
in it. But in the first one, yeah, it was just like they had this small group of people.
So
and it
fun
just-
fact: the actor,
And those guys are probably just stormtroopers. Like the other rebel pirates
Oh
are probably.
my gosh!
Remember how you were saying earlier, Sam was saying earlier about you cutting him off all the time, and now he's cut you off like this whole podcast.
it's
It's
great.
kind of funny.
I have
like
to
it.
get my words in edgewise.
Well, I need him to cut me off.
wings.
I've spent the entire this podcast as lava with James cutting me off all the time, so this is revenge.
That's okay.
We still got to do an intro for that whole thing for
As a-
explaining all this.
Oh no!
Yeah, I know.
Wow, look at Mark Hamill's eyes.
Oh my.
I'm just gonna keep bringing him up.
Joker,
Mark
you
Hamill's
mean?
hair is
Look
different.
how hot he is.
Look at Mark Hamill's hair. It's different.
Mark Hamill.
wait, sorry.
And
Oh
Harrison
wow,
Ford.
it's so much shorter.
wow, look at Tom Holland.
Man.
I hate you,
You know, Mark Ruffalo was so much better in the older Star Wars than this movie.
dude.
Dude, Robert Downey Jr. is so much better as Iron Man instead of being C-3PO. Different kind of suit, dude. Man, Robert De Niro.
I'm gonna make a literal Photoshop edit of that. I'm gonna get C-3PO. I'm just gonna paint red on him. And it's gonna be the new, and it won't look different from the old comic book look. You know, it'll be the same
love
thing.
it. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying, it'll be the exact same look.
Dude, I want to know who builds the X-Wings.
I would assume them.
No,
Did they, though? Because those are, like, really finished,
it's
beautiful
old war.
ships.
It's old war.
I mean,
tech.
did you look at their 2D animations that they had earlier? I'm pretty sure they built the X-wings.
All right.
The Y-wings are from the Clone Wars, and the X-wings are old Imperial tech, I think.
Well, Y-wings. That is the second time she's kissed him.
Second time. Two times on the
snap.
cheek. One
Look at
time
him.
on the
He's
cheek.
so
One
smiley
time
now.
up the nose. And then,
No, it's on the side of the nose.
hey,
Get
guys,
the crevice.
guys, we really need to quit talking about the other movies because we haven't seen the other movies yet. This is the first time we're
yeah,
doing this.
we definitely didn't talk about the latest Star Wars
Hey.
movie ever, as well as The Mandalorian,
Hey,
as well
Dustin,
as yeah,
shut up.
as anybody on this channel knows, I'm not great at that.
Neither am I. I have a podcast.
So do I.
Oh, no.
I like
I
talking.
never realized that Biggs had the checkerboard pattern on the back of his helmet as well.
Hey,
as
did
the
you know he
front.
died?
Yeah.
Sam, we're talking about other stuff other than being nerdy. Shut up.
So the Y-wings we will actually see in the Clone Wars are the same as these Y-wings.
Didn't you just say that 5 minutes ago? Not even. I'm pretty sure the Y-wings from the Clone Wars looked better than these. Just gonna say that.
Yeah, because they were stripped down by the rebellion as they had to make repairs. They got tired of taking off those armor panels,
Yeah.
so they just stripped them down. That was the lore for them.
You saying they like them naked?
Yeah. So the Y-wings you see here are actually from the Clone Wars.
Shut up.
Keep going. I want to hear more.
Was
Well-
there ever an explanation, by the way, why the clone armor got switched to Stormtrooper armor?
Well,
The
actually,
sharp look to
there
the
is
round
a
look.
transitional period.
They became Phase 2, like
Which
the
is
Phase 2 armor, where it's Episode 3, where it's a
Yeah.
little bit more rounded. It was upgraded, more durable. And then the Imperial armor.
Durable, except it can be shot by lasers.
I think that the Stormtroopers
Me too.
Still didn't peak.
were cheaper. I think. I don't remember the exact reason why. It may have been. I think it was cheaper to produce for the Empire.
And I mean,
But the thing is, the Y-wings here were
Always.
used in Clone Wars. And they were just
Oh, that is bad CGI.
see, they were
Oh.
more armored.
Hey, you know how this thing is several tons? Let's move it like it's nothing.
This is a great display piece there. So that's the
Beautiful,
planet.
Sexy,
And
gorgeous.
then that's the Death
what's
Star.
the red
Oh
and what's
gosh,
the green?
oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh,
That's a new scene.
oh gosh.
That's the
Oh.
moon.
Oh, it's still bad.
No, that's the planet.
It's still
That's the
going.
moon.
Holy shit. Oh, crap.
Eyes narrow.
Even though Yavin
Porkins!
is literally specified as a moon.
Isn't it really interesting how there's only been like 13 people to the moon?
Isn't it really interesting how the
We're
Death
going
Star
back.
blew up?
Isn't it really interesting how actually the moon landing never actually happened, but then the lighting in the studio actually was actually harder to take than actually landing on the moon?
Hey, you
Isn't
know
it
what?
interesting how
We're going back to the moon.
the Y-wings were in the Clone Wars? And
didn't
they
know
were the
that.
same. Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
So what happened with the armor from the Clone Wars?
Man, I think they removed it so they could work. Oh my gosh.
You're so salty about this.
No, I just like doing that. It was fun.
It steamed though. That was the coolest part.
Well, yeah, let me finish this one and I'll do it again.
As long as you don't get water on the camera. I know it's waterproof, but I don't want to clean off speckles in post-processing. Gosh, my cat's just like, guys, what the...
Good grief.
He looks so done with all of us. I like how they have these big turrets and all this nice, like, profound futuristic tech, but they can't shoot worth a damn.
Right? And this is all miniature stuff. This
Yeah.
here is so good.
That's like those, those landscapes that they make, like the little flat, tiny ones, like the architecture ones.
Yeah,
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Just Godzilla,
exactly.
Turns it towards me.
What? Get the cruise.
I don't know the science behind this, but when you tighten the bottle so much and then you shoot it, it compresses the air to where it steams.
It vaporizes the water.
Yeah, I have
It's
no
like-
idea. I don't know the science. That's what I said.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing as like
Kitty,
the
kitty.
pressurizing with there was this one like
With vape, the vape can't.
So Star Wars, guys, it's pretty cool.
No, Porkins, don't die. Oh no, Porkins.
he did not pull out game week.
Oh,
I mean pull up game week. That's what I meant.
I feel like
CG.
you're
Yeah.
referencing something else other than Star Wars.
Do we do that
Yeah,
on
he
this
should have
podcast?
pulled out of that valley of the Death Star because if he
Valley
would
of
have,
the
he
Shadow
wouldn't
of
have
Death?
You're right, Dustin. Good
Shut
job.
up.
What's that, Sam?
Just bring in some religion to this truth podcast.
I will.
Ooh.
I love.
Not touching on that.
So guys, the Y-wings in here.
Did you know Kirby has sucked up a black hole? If wait,
First of all,
So the Y-wings here are actually from the Clone Wars. But have you seen
Real
Han
quick.
Solo's hair?
one of the most iconic sounds that they should never change and never can change is the sound of
The TIE
a
fighter.
TIE fighter.
Yep.
did you know what other thing was from the Clone Wars?
What's that?
Luke Skywalker.
Hey, so you know what?
Darth
No.
Vader was actually in the Clone Wars. Did you
Whoa!
know that?
Did you? Why?
He was a Jedi Knight.
I got
but
What
bored.
color
before he-
lightsaber did Jedi
I
Knights
got
have?
bored. This is how I type on my phone for something more
I really like
interesting.
when I fire and I'm trying to be accurate on the TIE fighter and I want to fire and I go.
It's
Yeah.
like Snoopy from the old Charlie Brown.
Could you imagine back in like 1970s when they're coming up with this and realizing all the things that they're gonna do that people are gonna overanalyze?
Oh, they probably didn't at the time.
They're like, this will be the most amazing thing in
No,
cinematic
no,
history.
they will not.
Yeah.
They will go, this is for children. This is gonna be really stupid.
My X-wing crashes through.
I guess
other-
I'll just take my
TIE
$50
fighters.
paycheck and deal with it.
So good.
If they only made $50, they really need to have to.
So-
Did you
There
know
are
those
definitely
3
people-
Y-wings?
That
were
guy
from-
right there down the top,
Yeah, beat me
the
to
bottom
it.
left, made $50.
Did you know Darth Vader was screwing on his cap right there?
He just had some water.
He was just eating his Campbell's chicken noodle soup, you know?
I'm putting on my cap, guys. Hang on. All right, I'm Darth Vader.
Did you actually know
Oh,
that
we're losing it, guys. We're losing it.
Anakin in the comic
think
series
we're
actually had
getting
another
tired.
crush aside from Padme at one point?
Really?
That was CG.
Yeah. You
Was it
can-
Jar Jar Binks?
Yeah.
Oh.
He couldn't help those magnificent ears.
Lisa Lucky.
No, there was
Oh,
actually
that's just bad CG.
a Jedi.
They didn't
some,
do the motion blur right.
Some green
What the hell is
lightsaber
this?
Jedi that
What
went
the
into-
hell is this?
There was like this whole big battle. It was in one of the comics, and he ended up trying to save her and like take one of the clone ships and try to go save her and everything. She blew herself up with a whole bunch of
Hey.
Geonosians and everything. It was
Hey,
really
guys,
cool.
guys,
Sad.
guys,
Oh, look, he's alive
guys,
again.
guys,
That's not Porkins.
guys.
You're right.
guys,
Porkins died
guys.
within the first 3 minutes.
Yes,
Guys.
James. What would you like to say?
Did
Did
Darth
you-
Vader screw his cap on?
Guys, did you know that Y-Wings were in the Clone Wars?
Those Y-wings specifically.
Those Y-wings.
They were in the
Those
scene
ones.
of
Those Y-wings?
Anakin and Obi-Wan when they were talking. In the background, you could see them by the moon of Yavin. Yavin has a moon. It's big and red.
No one cares. Justin, shut
Actually, that is Yavin.
Actually, you're Yavin.
Yavin 4 is the moon that they have the base on.
Did you know that those Y-wings on Yavin are from the Clone Wars?
up. Hey, do you know why Darth Vader is so good at flying a pilot? Because he did pod racing when he
Now
was a
this
child.
is pod racing as he's shooting down X-wings.
Oh my gosh, that would have been amazing.
No,
I'll
but-
try
Oh
spinning. That's a
my
good trick.
goodness.
Have you ever seen the one where
Suck it, Boba!
You ever seen the one where there was this parody video about Anakin and he had to go and commit Order 66 against the younglings, and they're like, "What?" He's like, "Okay, it'll be okay," and they're like, "Oh, Mr. Skywalker, what are we learning today?" And he's like, "It'll be okay. We're doing Jedi training." He's like, "Okay, Anakin, you can do this. Just imagine you're back on the wonderful place of Naboo, and you're wandering through the fields." And and then it starts showing like sunflowers running and screaming. He's like cutting through sunflowers.
Wait,
Have you ever
Rooster
seen? Have you ever seen Team
or not Rooster
Fortress?
Teeth, Robot Chicken.
We are really
I
missing
think so.
the
Yeah,
movie,
yeah,
boys.
yeah. It was Robot Chicken. Yes, thank you.
Then there's a Team Fortress 2 about the Pyro and how he thinks he's actually in a magical wonderland and he's destroying things, but he's not. Go watch that. It's
The
pretty
human
great.
psyche
Go
is
watch
a
it. It's great.
magnificent thing.
Our brains can only trick us,
Almost
and the colors
there.
can bounce off of certain things and miraculously change our state of mind.
Almost there.
So, when you know he's a very intelligent pilot when he says "close up formation"
This guy's
in
so
a straight
sweaty.
alleyway.
Right.
Hey guys,
Oh man,
Hey, Dustin.
Porkins could have
Dustin.
lived.
Sam, close up formation.
Ah,
Beautiful.
it's away.
Oh shoot! He shot his torpon.
Torpon Portitos.
Literally could have done that
His
in any part of
Fritos?
the Death Star and hurt people with
Right.
it. Waits to go all the way through an entire
That's what
alleyway
she said.
that they could have swooped into. You're not gonna say it again? Come on.
They could have
And fired their shot into the crevice.
Doesn't fit.
I just lost my starboard engine.
Oh, that's what she said. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah!
Looks
Epic
down,
death scene.
sees explosion.
That's what she said.
It's all up to me. Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a second. That could be a
That wasn't ironic. That was literal. Beggars Canyon back home.
That
What are
was
these
not
sayings?
an implied joke. That was a very, very literal
Did
joke.
you see that transition right there?
I did. It was pretty sexy.
And all that is in
That's
miniature
a pedo
form.
stash.
Not Biggs. I like Biggs.
2000.
There's a reason he got that name.
So, guys.
Well,
What
I'm
about
out.
that tower?
what about those Y-wings, boys?
That is good CG. That's
Did you know
all
that
I
they
have
were
to
in the
say.
Clone Wars?
Hey, Sam. Did
See
you
it?
know that Thanos
Did you know that
is
you
over
could
there?
find that same quote on the Unknown Artist channel if you go and watch the podcast talking?
So
It's game over. Point 3.
So, guys, we are coming down to the last minutes of the Star Wars movie, A New Hope.
and it is almost midnight.
We are
and we are
very
tired.
and
Do
everything
you
is
see
going
these bags under my eyes?
great. I've had bags
Do you
under.
have
Future Dean,
groceries in
zoom
them?
in.
Dude, I've had groceries in my eyes for like
Oh.
months. Do you see how dark this crap
Look
is?
what I just pulled out of his eyes.
I was really hoping you were going to grab your coffee mug and just be like, did you just mug me?
Okay, yep.
Get out.
So he's tired.
See, my puns are getting progressively better.
So
Oh.
better is a relative term.
So did you ever think that they've taken the term TIE fighter and did a play on it with a whole bunch of guys that wore ties and just went and beat up people? Have you ever thought about that?
No, I've never been stoned. How about you?
Surprisingly not.
No,
I
I'm
had these
sorry.
really weird brownies
I've never
offered
been
to
on
me,
Joe
though.
Rogan's podcast.
Hey, so have you heard of DMT
Well,
or
Have you ever heard
BDSM?
of PCP?
sun chips actually have 210 calories.
Did you know that's a lot of fat?
All right, guys, this is the moment. This is the climax of the movie. Luke
That's what she said.
Skywalker. Shut up. Luke Skywalker is putting away his visual device to get ready to shoot the tiny little crevice of the Death Star.
Can
It
we
all
please
comes down
watch
to
these
this.
missiles? These missiles are my most
Are we
favorite
ready
part.
for this? His
On how they go straight
photon
and just go
torpedoes. We have
Oh, he's screwing
Lord.
it back on. Dude, look it. He's trying real hard.
He's shooting at him, but he
What a
can't.
try
Oh no,
hard.
he
Yo,
shot
R2
the
is
R2
dead.
unit. Oh no, he's going blah, 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 blah.
With a headshot like that, there's no brain left.
Headshot.
What a
There-
try
that's
hard.
why I can't remember the coordinates of Luke.
Damn, bro.
See?
No, he was just deactivated, I think.
All right, everybody's like chilling out, bro. They're all like, all right, this guy with the weird helmet's coming up. He's pushing some buttons, going zappity zoopity doo zoopity.
One more time. Can I get that as a...
Zappity zoopity doo zoopy.
Thank you. Gosh.
Now, one more before we fire.
Luke Skywalker is evading his father like I did my uncle.
What?
Yeah, me too. Freaking Han Solo's the uncle. Yahoo!
Oh no, the TIE fighter hit
I'll
Miraculously.
try
Darth
spinning.
Vader.
That's a cool
Darth
trick.
Vader's spinning up and around.
Dual barrel roll.
Dude, I've seen that one. Oh my gosh, I understand the reference. Luke Skywalker's coming in close. He's getting in there. They're powering down
The
all the
plasma
systems.
torpedoes do
They're
like
getting
a
ready.
total
Oh
right
my
angle.
gosh.
Boop, boop.
Hey, that's not how you're.
I think you meant to say perpendicular. Yeah, by the way, that's a firework.
Luke Skywalker.
Makes
Fun
sense.
Okay, how many people do you think are on
You
the
see
Death
the little
Star?
speckles that are hitting the camera screen? That's the ash.
I love it.
Fun fact.
How many people did Luke just kill?
There's a total. It's
Look,
like a
the
million.
Force was with him. I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
How
He's basically a
many
genocidal leader.
Did people just Luke kill?
Yeah.
Why
That's a
wing?
sentence that I just.
Die, I want.
That's only funny because you've mentioned it 1,000 times, and I've mentioned it to make it funny.
This is my favorite quote from Yoder.
Wait, shut up.
Take all the reward.
That's what he just did. He just
Oh
was
no.
like,
Oh,
Okay,
no.
wait. R2
Oh,
got
no,
literally
R2.
shot by a TIE
Headshot.
fighter in the head. His whole body is just like, I have been singed in the same lava pit as Anakin Skywalker.
He comes back as Darth R2. Darth D2.
Darth D. Darth D's nuts. Got him.
so
This
guys,
is the most. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Out of any Star Wars movie, this is the cringiest moment
Really?
in any Star
I
Wars
love
movie.
this moment.
It
I
makes
like
no
how
sense.
Those guys wearing masks are
They have
other
never
guys
done this
right
scene
here.
in any other movie. Think about that.
I guess.
There's no award
Well-
ceremony. There's no rebellious victory thing aside from them all gathering together and partying. They
Guys.
never
Yeah.
do something this formal.
That's a good
Guys.
point. That's a good
Ever.
point.
If you say
Guys.
a single freaking thing about Y-Wings.
The one.
No, not why.
Shut your face!
Guys, did you know in number 9 that Chewie gets a medal finally?
Wow,
I
that
hate-
makes the movie so much better. No,
Also-
Yo,
also
is that
Ch-
Obi-Wan Kenobi right there?
no, that's General Dudana. Jeez.
Oh my gosh, Sam, we cannot be friends.
Is that Justin Bieber?
Holy shoot.
Okay, so that's. A
Oh,
good
he
point.
winked
Oh,
at
look at
her.
that
He's
look.
like,
That's
hey,
a-
baby,
That's a good
what's
point,
up?
though, that this didn't happen in any Star Wars.
Are
movie.
they wearing baseball caps?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always found this moment in every time I've watched it. I found it so cringy.
'Cause
He
it's a
never wears
one-off.
that jacket again.
It's
She
a
never wears
one-off.
that outfit again. He never wears that button up again. They never do a fancy
But
ordeal
it
ever
fit,
again.
It fit in the Star Wars serial.
All I want to know is how long
What?
it took to do her hair.
Me
a
too.
long time. But I mean, in the sense that if this was like a Buck Rogers episode,
Yeah.
then this would have made sense because every episode of like a show like that would be, oh, we saved the day. Congratulations. There's a ceremony for
Shooting
the
it
planet
up.
that we saved. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Next episode, there's a new threat to the galaxy.
But they never did anything after that.
You're right. You're right. So this, I
They
mean,
literally
doesn't make
partied
sense, but-
on-
Written and directed by George Lucas. Produced
R2D2
by
scream.
Gary Kurtz.
Wait, it's gonna say something about how the Y-wings were in the Clone Wars. Here.
Can we get an R2D2 scream all together? Wait. 3, 2, 1.
I was actually doing the crate dragon from the scene with Obi-Wan.
All I know is I have to pee. I'll be back.
Bravo!
What
Wow.
a good
Encore.
1977 film that was
Encore.
2 hours and 5 minutes long.
Science
and
fiction
it was
action adventure. A young farm boy intercepts a distress call from the captive Princess Leia.
Man, I
Wow,
don't think you could have been more
fantastic.
accurate with that
It
from
was
a Disney
only
Plus
rated-
description.
And it was
Yeah.
only rated PG at the time because Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom had not come out yet. So it was not rated PG-13 because PG-13 didn't exist yet.
Even then, I don't think this would be PG-13. To be
Hey.
honest.
The more you know. So, what'd you guys think about that whole movie? You know, like I know
It's-
Sam and I are like the really big super nerds about Star Wars and everything, and I know that you're not so much of one, right?
I'm more of a novice, yes.
And so I think, you know, as a good way to start all of this series would be, since you don't know as much, if you would like to give us your version of the plot of what just happened.
So I've seen Star Wars: A New Hope probably maybe.
Only once.
No, maybe
Just
four
tonight.
times.
Just
Maybe
tonight.
4 times. I don't know. Not that many times. We owned it on VHS, so I have seen it several times. But the plot so far,
Was it like anime plot?
no, it was more of the manga. So it was a little
The
bit
manga?
manga.
Yeah, it's manga.
Manga. It was a little bit more
I like the
in depth.
mangoes,
than that.
man.
It was a little mango. The plot is a young boy intercepts a distress call from.
Go.
So Star Wars is about. It starts out. You're on a starship. There's a bunch of starships. There's a big starship shooting a small starship, and then there's a girl in a white suit with like cinnamon toast crunch on her head, and then she
Tasty.
like puts a CD-ROM inside a droid, and then the droid goes on a desert planet, and then they get captured by little kids, and then like the little kids put them on this giant ship, and then they sell the robots to this other family that are apparently farmers. But what are you going to farm in the desert? And
Water.
then one of the farmers is named Luke Skywalker, and he goes and finds a guy named Ben Kenobi. His actual name is Obi-Wan Kenobi, but no one's supposed to know that because that's in a prequel film. We don't know that technically yet, and so we watch Ben Kenobi like teach Luke Skywalker about this lightsaber, and he gives it, and it's a horrible jump cut to it because he doesn't know how to do the film right, and it's terrible. It's whatever. It's 1977, and it's pretty amazing for the time. But anyways, then there's a whole thing, and then they watch the video that this R2 unit gives Luke Skywalker, and he's like, "Hey, why'd you turn it off?" And there's this pretty girl and whatever, and there's a whole thing, and then it leads to them blowing up a giant orb.
You're not wrong.
Technically, I'm not wrong.
Bravo.
In summation,
Yeah.
there is an evil empire, and there is the rebellion, and the
Good versus evil.
good versus evil, and of course
That's
the
a new
rebellion
concept.
is small and underarmed, and they're just being oppressed by the evil empire.
Would you call it an underdog situation?
It is
Sam?
a very much underdog situation. You might
Wow.
consider it to be possible parodying of the French resistance during World War II.
or the actual show Underdog.
Unlikely.
Or The Sandlot.
Also unlikely because this came out in 1977 and those came out in the 90s. But
I don't know
anyways,
what you mean.
time travel wasn't invented until
You ever
2037
watched
and
The
a half.
Simpsons? You're wrong.
So
I'm
anyways,
listening.
the rebellion is fighting the empire and they have one final hope. One last hope.
Would you call it?
Insert title picture here
Would you call it a new
in
hope?
200 pixel font.
Who is the new hope? Why is the new hope? What is the new hope? Exactly.
So, Dustin, what is your summary of A New Hope, Star Wars, technically Episode 4?
Technically, on the original release, it was
Shut
only
up.
called Star Wars.
You're right.
So, at the beginning of the movie, there was one gray, moldy pizza slice that was flying through the sky. It was chasing after
You're right.
the Y-Wings from the Clone Wars. And you see,
You forget that they're even in there, but then you're like,
wow! So anyways, then the main antagonist from Spaceballs comes onto the said pizza slice. He goes and chases after the princess, Zelda, and she inserts her nice metal rod into
I thought the princess's name was Link.
the trash can. And you see the trash can then goes and shows off Zelda's, Link, his massive porn collection to the brave young boy known as Chad. And you see he goes and meets the old Grandmaster, Gandalf the Grey.
And he is given a can
For
of Monster?
now. What?
Is he given a can of Monster?
I think you mean G Fuel sponsor. This is actually an ad. Anyways, so he brings them some G Fuel, and then all of a sudden it's actually Phaseberry because it's blue. And so he takes that Phaseberry G Fuel canister. He practices against Kirby, the flying ball, who shoots all of the star pieces at him. He reflects them with the power of G Fuel. He then goes and tries to take on the antagonist from Spaceballs that I still cannot remember the name of, but we'll go with the name of another adult Chad. And then
The epic showdown of Chad versus Chad.
No, it's Chad versus
crap,
Gandalf the
man.
Grey.
Oh,
Oh,
my goodness.
If you strike me down, I will become white. And
Was
then
it in the movie? We don't know.
they can go and meet a wonderful spice
Also,
runner known as Indiana
Dumbledore
Jones.
dies.
Spoiler alert.
And then they go on the Y-Wings from the Clone Wars. And they go on their X-Wings now and go and try to attack the moon of Yavin 4. And then they somehow perpendicular shoot their torpedoes right into the small booty hole of said moon of Yavin 4.
How much I hate that show!
You know, like, then this boomer came in and like told us how much he did like
Interrupted
Star
my
Wars.
Zoomer debate.
Oh no.
Wait a minute, what are you saying? It's Faja!
Oh no!
From both sides? Is that podcast that old boomer is on? Wow! It's him! It's really him!
Oh my goodness. Really weird note.
Yes.
2 things. 1, Luke Skywalker is given a lightsaber and he never uses it in the entire film.
Yes.
2, the Y-Wings were from the Clone Wars.